This episode is brought to you by Harry's Shavers. Get a good one. We've got a deal later, don't we, Mason, that we'll talk about.
Well, I wasn't consulted, but apparently we have. Yeah, okay, good. Great.
Just
yes,
wait for now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do the show.
All right.
Another flawless beginning. All right, here we go.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com, where we talk movies, comics, TV shows. My name is James.
Sometimes video games.
God damn it! Just wait your turn, yeah. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me as always, my co-host Nick Mason.
Who cares? Who cares that I'm here, James?
That's what I was going to say.
We're here every week. I mean, I'm here every week. You've been here every week except for 2 weeks.
Except for
when
two,
you weren't
that's right.
Here.
Yeah.
But I've been here every week. So who cares that me, Nick Mason, the internet's best mate, I'm trying that out. Who cares I'm here? Because we've got a guest this week.
First
3
guest
people.
ever.
Yeah.
Unless you've been the guest so far, I guess. Does that count? No, I guess I'd be the guest because I've missed 2, like you
Correct,
said.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. You were introducing.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay, what we've got here, we've got a kind and knowledgeable boy. We have he's 25% of sketch comedy group Chimp Cop. Mm-hmm. He's 33.3% of video game podcast Filthy Casuals. It's the 1%er himself. It's Mr. Ben Vanel. Welcome to the show, Ben Vanel.
Thanks, guys. I like to think I'm a little bit more than 33% of Filthy Casuals.
Oh, no.
I think I do a bit of heavy lifting, to be
Oh,
honest.
you're the James of your podcast. Is that right?
What does that mean? I'll take it as a compliment and continue on.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for joining us because this is the first time we've had 3 people on the one show. We've got new recording equipment. I mean,
So this could be rocky.
That's not as relevant as you being here.
You're just trying to impress me.
That's true, yeah.
Mission accomplished.
So yeah, thanks for joining us. So we're going to give this a go every now and then. Get on a guest. And we thought, why not? It's a great place to start. Your podcast, obviously, we're a big fan of. We listen every week, and that's not something we just say we do every week, right, Mason?
No,
Well,
I just say I do.
Oh, you just say you do. Okay.
I'm listening to 99% Invisible. I'm listening to that one about the dad wrote a porno.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
What's it called again?
My dad wrote a porno. I think it's called. Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
No, I do listen to Filthy Casuals every single week.
Well,
Yeah.
I listen to you guys as well, so I'm very
Every single week.
We're all such big fans
yes.
of each other.
Right.
It's lovely.
Every single week as of like a couple of months ago when I jumped on board.
Sure, we'll take
Yes.
that.
Yeah, and I've gone through the back catalogue as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Because you were laid up. You were laid up in bed. You had a
Yeah.
broken back,
I'd
Batman
done my
style.
back.
Right.
Yes,
How's that doing?
better.
Excellent.
And Bane, I've beaten Bane,
Okay, good.
which is what I call my back injury. And yeah, but yes, I was laid up for a couple of weeks and just marathoned your show and a lot of the old Mr. Sunday Movies videos.
Much appreciated.
And now I don't think I love Marvel yet.
But you're on the way. Because you're a big
Yes.
fan of Batman Superman, aren't you?
Yes.
You're the one.
I'm the one guy who saw it and saw the ultimate cut and
Yeah.
everything. And yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people listen to this love it. And we're trying to avoid it because we do nothing but kick it whenever we bring it up.
Yep.
Though there are a lot of bits in it that I do enjoy. Mason, I think, mostly hates
Has
it.
great disdain for it.
And he hates Westworld. I brought you on to attack you, sir. That's what's...
Is that true?
Yes.
Actually, you brought that up on your show.
Yes.
So you're gonna skip the season finale?
Yeah, I'll probably just read about it.
As all good TV shows should be
Do you
consumed.
hate it essentially because it is a daytime soap opera except there's robots in it?
I hate it because it's everything I hated about Lost.
Yep, okay.
I did have that fear.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're going to tie it all together.
Maybe I'll jump back in if it does.
Yeah. After you
Yeah.
read about it and you enjoy
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Wikipedia synopsis.
See, I feel... I think you're right. I think so far they're... Like this season at least, they're going to tie everything together. But I think season 2, who knows? Like maybe they're like, listen, people like there's a maze and there's a guy and who's a robot and who's not a robot and what's Ed Harris up to or whatever. Now people loved all the mystery, so we want to do more mystery and want to drag it out further.
Well,
and
isn't
the
that-
further you drag it out,
Yeah.
the harder it is to rein it back in.
That's what it felt like it happened with Lost. Like Lost, you had a great one season mystery.
Yep.
But it also had, I think, more character development than Westworld.
It had more polar bears in Westworld as well.
Heaps more polar bears by an order of magnitude of 1. But I think Lost. They got consistently more obtuse with the mysteries.
Yes.
But they still had good character stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And I don't feel like Westworld has any good character stuff. and it's going to get worse with the mysteries.
Oh.
So that is my position on Westworld.
Two controversial statements. You've lost a lot of support straight up. But that's good. It's good to have differing opinions. That's one reason we're getting more people on as well. So it's not just me and Mason just saying the same things that we always say forever. Yeah. Is that right? Is that what we're doing?
It's a living nightmare.
It sure is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just going to plug some stuff up top. Aside from Filthy Casuals, which everyone should check out, our second episode of Caravan of Garbage has gone up on my YouTube channel.
Very good.
And the audio version, it's on there's a TV show from the 80s called Star Wars Droids, and it's pretty shit. But there's some interesting things in it, including maybe some parallels to Force Awakens, but maybe it's a coincidence kind of thing. Who knows?
Comicbook.com picked it up, I think, and they said, "Is this the origin of Rose?"
Oh, really?
It's a coincidence.
I don't know, man. Because
Inside track.
Somebody also posted a thing where some of the stuff from the prequels were borrowed from it. Like there's a Dexter Jetster four-armed Dynaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, I mean, again, maybe it's all a coincidence, but you're gonna have so many aliens and names and characters. Eventually, there's gonna be some crossover. You think?
Yeah, eventually you'll have a female protagonist.
Eventually, a brunette.
Once and once only, and then we're out.
And the other thing I was going to mention, speaking of female protagonists, brunette female protagonists, which are all Star Wars movies. We did Attack of the Clones commentary as well, which is up on our Bandcamp, and I'll link that below. And on Patreon, that's there already. You a fan of the Star Wars prequels?
Yeah, love them. No. No. And I've just been listening through your Phantom Menace commentary.
Oh, right. Okay,
and bloody loving it, so everyone get on board.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Well, actually, I want to ask you about Star Wars because there's been some Rogue One clips this week, and I don't necessarily want to go into them too much because I know people are trying to avoid stuff.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on that movie?
I'm bang up for it.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Are you a big Star Wars guy?
Yes, I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I'm 7 foot tall and I'm made of Star Wars. Yeah, no, I love Star Wars. Star Wars is like a watch the VHS tapes at my friend's house when we were 7 years old kind of deal.
Which the special edition, the widescreen special edition in the silver case?
Taped off TV.
Ah, that's
Very
the way to
good.
do it.
Yeah, real street level stuff.
Now, did your friend, did he edit out the ads or did he
Yes.
leave all the ads? Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
he was one of those guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a
That
good
is-
friend.
I feel that's an alpha move because when I did that as a kid, I would just hit stop and then forget to hit record again at the end of the ads, and I would just lose 20 to 30 minutes of the movie until I remembered.
Oh, no.
And it was
dear.
sad. Ruined my weekend.
I find with movies like that when I watch them, and I used to watch them a lot as kids, I'm like, there's an ad break there normally. You know, when you watch it on Blu-ray or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had any Blu-rays, which I don't. You a Blu-ray guy?
I'm a moving away from physical media guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at this 21st century man over here.
Very much so. I had a fairly sizable DVD collection.
Okay.
Got a few Blu-rays, got like a fair few, and then started moving house like a fair bit.
Yeah.
You know, like we would live in a share house for a year, like get an apartment for a year, back into a share house.
Sure, yeah.
And just moving.
Horrendous breakup.
Horrendous breakup. Throw out all of the photos and the DVDs we watched together. But like, yeah, just moving boxes of DVDs.
See you later,
is
Reservoir
frustrating.
Dogs. See you later, Fight Club.
Yep.
See you
Fight
later,
Club.
Idle Hands. No, that's never mind.
Which one was Idle Hands?
It's the one where guy's hand is possessed and he gets it cut off and it tries to kill him. It's
with Jessica Alba.
yes.
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
I've seen
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I just thought, I'll just get rid of them. Everything's
yeah.
on Netflix or Stan.
That's right.
Mr. Mace.
He
Stan.
loves it.
Love Stan.
I gotta get
Love
on
Stan.
Stan. Yeah.
Yeah, Stan's good.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I do like the HD, but I'm going digital.
Good stuff.
I'm full digital.
Getting back to Rogue One, so I took you off track there.
We went on a bloody tangent.
Yeah, I know, right? You're obviously you're up on what's happening in these movies. You know when it's set. You know why Darth Vader's alive. You know it's set just before the original. Do you do you?
You can't call it that though.
No, it's
You certainly can't.
no.
Very much excluded from all marketing.
It's a Star Wars story.
Yes.
That's what, and it's going to have no opening crawl apparently. That's
Right.
what they've taken out. But do you think, because we talk about this most weeks, do you think it's confusing to people who don't know anything about this? It's selling really well. Do you think people are going to go in and go, where's Luke Skywalker? What's happening?
I think that the majority of people won't care.
Yes.
And I think a minority will be confused and a minority will be completely up on everything that's happening.
Gotcha.
I think that most people will
So what
go,
you're saying
"Oh,
is
Star
some
Wars."
minorities are good and some minorities are bad.
Look, I'm not going to say no.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I just tend to think most people will go see a blockbuster movie.
Right,
And,
yeah.
and most people have heard of Star Wars and probably aren't going to think much more about it than that.
That's a really good point. Yeah. Mason, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Barbie, you know who she is. What,
Yes.
Yeah, the toy, the very popular toy. I wasn't
Not
going
the thing you throw the shrimp on.
No.
Okay.
But it's also that. So Amy Schumer has joined, I just found this out, Amy Schumer has joined the cast of the Barbie movie, and she's going to play a misfit in the world of Barbie, where everybody's a perfect Barbie, but she's just a regular woman, I guess. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Are you an Amy Schumer
Wow.
fan? Either of you guys?
Hashtag Black Mirror, first of all. She's in the perfect world, but maybe she's perfect and they're not in the perfect. Maybe it's an imperfect world.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
twist.
it's holding a mirror up to Barbie.
Yeah. So
About time.
it's pink and it's in her little claw hands. Well, I would be interested to know: is it a CGI? Is it a CGI?
Good question.
I don't think so.
Because it's live
It's
action.
live
I would have to
action,
wonder
yeah.
who is going to be cast first of all as Barbie, because that's
Probably, what's her name from Star Trek, the second one of the new ones? Star Trek Into Darkness.
Oh,
Alice
the
Eve?
English chick?
Alice Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, Alice Eve.
Maybe
Okay.
her. I feel like this is going to be the Lego movie. You guys seen the Lego movie? Oh, you haven't
that's-
seen the Lego
Still haven't
movie.
seen it.
Oh, really?
No.
I think it's going to be exactly the Lego
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. Where there's a misfit in this perfect world, and
Yep.
but being not fitting in is cool or something, or whatever
Yeah.
that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No interest in this from either of you guys, I assume.
Absolutely
I mean, it's not for us, really.
But at least it has a plot. At least it's a
Yeah.
toy movie that has a plot, as opposed to Battleship, or
Yeah.
like as in the toy itself has no plot.
Yeah.
It's or Tetris the movie or whatever we're going to get next.
Yeah,
What are we
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
Next.
No, fair. That's a fair point. Can you actually move your mic down just a little bit? You sound echoey. I don't know what it is. I think it might be me. It's not me.
Could be you.
That's better.
What about
That's
now?
way
Okay, great.
better.
Oh,
Chris,
great. Oh.
we're all in the same. What do we do? I don't know. Next thing.
No, maybe we have more thoughts about Barbie. Hang on.
I think that if Barbie was...
Who's going to be Ken? What handsome devil's going to be
Chris
Ken?
Pine.
Who was
Chris
Ken
Pratt?
in Toy Story?
Chris
Toy
Evans.
Story. Wasn't there a Ken?
Oh, that was Michael Keaton.
Yeah, well...
Do you think he can pull it off in live action?
yes!
Yeah,
It's a bold
he can do
statement.
anything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender as Ken.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
too
He's
craggly.
He's too English as well.
He's too English. Yeah, he's not an all-American boy.
He's not pulling off that accent,
Nah.
no matter what anyone says. I'll fight anyone who disagrees.
And by all accounts, he doesn't have the Ken physiology.
It's quite the opposite.
Quite the opposite. Yes.
Maybe he's a misfit as well
Yeah.
for those reasons. Okay. Spider-Man Homecoming's got a trailer incoming.
Good.
Anyway.
Very good word.
That was almost a rhyme there. I loved it.
There's rumors that it's going to be this week, but who knows? One of the things they did mention is going to be in it are the Spider-Man web wings, which
Yep,
is a throwback to the Steve Ditko era of Spider-Man. Mason, what do they do?
Nothing.
Don't they float?
Nope.
Do you think they'll float in this?
Nope.
Because we use them to fight the Vulture? Because the Vulture's the
Oh,
villain.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Yeah.
Played by Barbie's own Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
In the comics, they do nothing.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just a design.
Spider-Man 2099, the future version of Spider-Man,
Yeah.
he's got like their airfoils, but they're too tiny.
Do they look like your Banshee from X-Men style wing?
They're a little smaller.
No, they're smaller, yeah.
they're
Well,
little-
then, of course they do nothing.
Right, yeah.
But apparently these are like Stark tech in this.
oh, then
new
they
one.
do everything.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Then what they do is they fly, they enable him to fly, and then he gives them up at the end because they're too powerful.
Yes.
This would make it too easy for me to fight crime,
Yeah.
so I have to throw them into a sewer.
They allow him to leap over plot holes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully, yeah. Maybe we'll talk about it more next week. Not you. You probably won't be here. I mean,
Nah.
you're welcome back, obviously, whenever. But if you want to drop in some thoughts,
I can talk about it off air next week.
Sure, that's-
Why would you say anything off air? Don't.
Yes. The only conversation Meso and I have ever had off air is about how we should keep everything for on air.
Right, yeah. I saw you guys walk in silence to the door of my house. I don't think I didn't notice. All right. So the Power Rangers is getting a whole bunch of new stuff.
Oh, did
kind
I
of
show you the photo?
dribs and drabs?
Oh no.
Okay, so we got a new Alpha 5.
Is
And
my microphone gradually getting lower?
it might be. How about while you show them the photo, I'll fix that up.
Yeah.
This is going to be a live reaction.
Okay.
This is going to be, okay, you ready for this? Now here's classic Alpha 5.
Oh, that dude.
Memories.
Yes.
There's the memories. And here is his new Alpha 5.
Well, that's horrible and disgusting.
Unpleasant, right?
Yeah.
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 He's got whippety about arms.
He looks like he'd try and climb inside you.
Yes.
He's like the kind
Oh, because we don't know how big he is. He might be like the size of a really big rat.
Yeah.
So-
Like those aliens from Men in Black 1? Remember
Yeah.
that live inside a person's head? Do you remember that?
Oh, right. I
then
thought
the
you meant
robot,
the
the
bug. The bug
No,
man.
no,
but
not that bug
yeah.
boy. There was like the movie Meet Dave.
Like
starring
exactly
Eddie
like movie
Murphy.
Meet Dave.
I remember Meet Dave.
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but I
Anyway,
remember
that's what
it.
Alpha 5 looks like.
Were you a Power Rangers guy? Because you're a little bit younger than us, so was that
Am
like,
I? Yeah.
Is that your era of
Yeah, it was.
fun times?
Big time. I
Yeah.
had all the toys. I had a Dragon Zord and all that
man.
business.
Did you follow it along when they were a car, they were a spaceship, whatever? No, that was it.
I think it got
they
to
were
the
a
point-
ninja force.
They had a movie,
Yes,
like an American movie.
Yeah.
And I reckon that's when I dropped off.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
you went. This is as good as it gets, baby.
Yeah, exactly. My life has peaked. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Plus, I just got divorced and it's time to move. And all these go into the sewer.
Yes. Well, they grow up to be giant Dragon Zord toys.
We got some comic book movie justice news. The Lego Batman movie's coming up, and Billy Dee Williams has been cast as the voice of Two-Face, and that's significant.
That's
Yes.
fun, okay.
because he was he does play Two-Face. He plays Harvey Dent in the first Batman movie, and he was promised to evolve and become that character, and then they just swapped him out for Tommy Lee Jones,
Yeah.
who did a real shit job. I mean, that's a shit movie, but
He specifically was terrible.
Yeah.
Even Jim Carrey, like, mugging around was pretty funny, but Tommy Lee Jones, oh boy.
yeah, I think he just went, I'm gonna Jack Nicholson Joker this.
Absolutely.
And that's what we got.
Was Tommy Lee Jones's performance in that? Was it for? Is he one of those guys that did it for his kids?
Yes,
Yeah.
and money. I think it was two
Also,
things.
money,
Yeah.
millions
Totally.
of dollars. Sure, yeah.
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 So that's a nice little throwback.
I want to be.
kinda.
I just want to be in indie films where I'm a sad sheriff, just being sad about the state of the world these days, and time's passed me by. But I can't do that for nothing, can I? I better be Two-Face for a while.
That's exactly it. So justice is served. Great. The Mummy. By the time this goes out, the full trailer's been released.
Probably seconds after we hit stop.
Yeah, that's right. You guys have that same kind of luck on your podcast,
yeah.
don't you? Yeah. But there was a 20-second teaser which we can talk about where it's Tom Cruise as the Mummy, where Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and
Yeah.
there's a mummy with 4 eyes.
So many eyes.
Too many. Did
Nerd mummy.
did that grab either of you?
Yes.
Yeah?
I think I was keen when I heard what was going on. Especially
Yes.
when Russell Crowe got
Yeah.
involved. Like
That's when you know there's going to be some real acting, mate.
Yeah. Oh, very intense, focused, Australian accented acting. Oh. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I love the Mummy. Like,
Do you like the trilogy or just like the first one? And
I'll say I like the trilogy.
Okay, sure,
But
yeah.
I mean I like the first
yeah,
one.
yeah, well that's right. Yeah.
No, it's a classic action movie.
You consider that like a modern day classic, don't you?
I
You
like it a
mentioned
lot,
like,
yeah.
like
It's
an
good.
action movie. Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Second one's okay. Third one is Yetis playing football or something. Do you remember that?
Oh, no, but I'm going to rewatch it now.
yeah, for that.
Was
yeah,
it a Mummy
to-
3 or was it a Scorpion King movie?
No, that was separate.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
there's been a whole
just-
bunch
yeah.
of Scorpion King directed DVD. But there was the Mummy 3, Tomb of the Emperor with Jet Li, and they swapped out Rachel Weisz for...
An actual Vice.
Yes, that's right. And she's pretty good, if you don't
Yeah.
mind me saying so.
Which one had the kid in it?
The little kid?
Yes.
That's 2, and then 3, his adult
Oh, right.
Australian actor.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff.
Is it?
yeah. Sorry? Is it?
No, it's fine. It looked fine. They did the same. It's got exactly the same sort of zoom out to title as all the previous ones did, except they've modernized the font.
Right.
Oh.
And it is modern day, isn't it, by the looks of things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's changed my tune a little
Uh-oh.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what I liked was the throwback
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, this is
Yes.
definitely today's. Yeah. Tom
Yeah, I
Cruise wearing a
guess-
nice leather jacket.
You can't have Tom Cruise back in the day, can you?
Well, they tried it with Interview with the Vampire or whatever.
And The Last Samurai.
yeah.
And Valkyrie.
right.
It's getting worse and worse as we go on.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
right?
I will say
Yeah.
all of those movies are okay. I'll go as far to say that.
I think
I'm
that's
putting it out
fair.
there.
I think that's fair. Actually, I do like Interview with the Vampire, but like I think
remember it.
current Tom Cruise
Yeah.
has to be in a leather jacket with one of those weird rectangular collars,
Right.
Like slamming car doors and
Sure,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's sitting in a diner and he gets attacked.
Yeah.
But he's got kung fu or whatever he's
He's got the mummy.
he's got the
Well,
mummy
we
on
don't
his
know what
side.
happened before he was running in the street and there was all that dust and smoke coming. So maybe he was in a diner.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah. So I think Tom Cruise is looking for his another Mission Impossible. Like he's trying it with Jack Reacher and people are like, stop making these. We don't want them.
Boy, did that second one bomb. That was.
Did you see it? I
No.
presume you did. Yeah.
No.
I haven't seen either of them. But that movie stole the name of our now unrecurring video game show, Never Go Back.
Yes.
So we've kind of shoehorned it into Caravan of Garbage. Thanks a lot, Tom Cruise.
Oh, what a jerk. I hate him.
Do you really?
No, I love him. He's great.
He's great.
I really love the Mission Impossible franchise. I
Yeah.
think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and they've all got their own strengths except for two.
Which is bad.
Yeah,
Yes.
but the strength of that is Tom Cruise's hair, and it's so ridiculous.
And a man wearing a denim suit.
yes, that's
There's a
true.
man wearing a three-piece denim suit at the races.
My goodness. It's
great.
That has the motorbike clash in
Yes,
the
it does. Yeah, mid-air
yeah.
motorbike.
It's the
Yep.
John
Yeah.
Woo one.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Great, good
Jack
stuff.
and also Jack Reacher has always astounded me because in the books he's supposed to be like 6'8" or something.
Blonde and,
And,
he's
and
an
a-
all. He can pick up a guy with one hand and break his neck. That's something he can do.
And Cruise just went for it.
Yeah.
Boy, did he.
That first one, did you see it?
No.
It's not a bad movie.
I heard Jai Courtney's okay in it.
Yes, he is. He is.
Yeah.
It's his like 1.5 good role. Wow. I would say that Suicide Squad is like half a good
Yeah,
role
I
for him.
think he's good for what that is.
Yeah. But the first Jack
Actually, he's
Reacher,
good in Spartacus. He's really good in Spartacus.
I have not
Yeah,
seen Spartacus,
Yeah.
so I should shut my mouth.
Shut your damn mouth.
But like Jack Reacher, the first one is it's a weird old movie.
Yeah.
Werner Herzog plays like a
Oh, that's
like a
right.
thumbless Russian gangster or something.
Huh.
How does he grip at things?
I don't know. He gets other people to. But yeah, it's like quite violent
Yeah.
and some good action and some good performances.
Okay.
But I just heard the second one was terrible and
Yeah.
it looked terrible from
Yeah.
the trailers. Just
Absolutely.
boring.
What does worry me about the next Mission Impossible movie is they've got the same director as the last one. I think you've got to go different director every time.
Yeah.
Or Brad Bird every time.
Yeah,
who
Brad
did
Bird
Four,
made
which
the
was
best one. I
Yeah,
feel, yeah.
I liked Abrams's one.
Yeah, me
quite,
too.
Quite a bit.
Me too.
I love the old Philip Seymour Hoffman in that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
No, I can't argue with that. Yeah.
But yeah, I could see Brad Bird doing it because what's his live action career doing?
And then
at
he
the
did
moment?
Tomorrowland, which people hate.
yes.
And he turned down Star Wars. Well, he may not have got it in the end, but he opted out. I don't hate Tomorrowland. I think it's got a good message, and I don't know who it's for though, because it's like this. It's sort of a kids movie, but it's starring George Clooney.
Yeah.
Like kids aren't like, oh, I love George Clooney. I love Ocean's 13. You know what I mean? Like,
And
I loved him in Michael
ER.
Clayton.
And adults aren't going, well, I love George Clooney and I'll follow him anywhere, including this kid's movie.
yeah,
Like,
that's right.
yeah.
And the thing is, there's not really movie stars the way that there used to be. A name now doesn't get in an audience.
Yeah.
Franchises and you know what, that gets people in. Like,
I guess that's.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, it's based on a ride
Yeah.
like Pirates of the Caribbean
except for Chris
was.
Pratt. Sorry, go on.
And I don't think kids would have been interested in Johnny Depp, like as a.
No,
No, that's a really good point. Yeah.
but Pirates of the Caribbean was a very good movie.
That's true.
And that's what it had going for it. I
Sure.
think.
yeah, that's why that movie worked, because it was very good. Yeah. We got our first image for Thor Ragnarok.
We did,
It was a
yeah.
Taiwanese poster of some description.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this. This is what I want to see in the future of Marvel movies, not just all solo movies and then team movies. I want to see like little team ups, and that's what we're getting here. Thor's got his helmet; it's back. You only had it briefly in the first one, but you not being a huge Marvel fan, you're
Yep.
struggling to get on board,
Oh.
willing yourself to enjoy them.
Yeah.
Is this something that you care about?
Let me tell you this.
All right,
Stand back, everyone.
Here we go.
okay,
I'm really looking forward to Thor Ragnarok.
love it.
Whoa.
Is it
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum? Is because he's in it?
It's. I think it's everything that I've seen and everything that I've heard about it so
Yeah.
far. Love Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
Like
See
love
Hunt
his
for the Wilder
movies.
People?
Yes,
It's great.
saw it
Yeah.
at the bloody cinema.
Wow, look at this guy
Yeah.
splashing the cash.
Yeah,
All right.
and here's an update, a message.
Yep.
What's it called? The Shadows one.
Yeah, what we do in the shadows.
What we do in the
Yeah.
shadows is now on Stan.
Okay.
Hello.
Get on it.
So if there's no excuse to not watch it.
yeah,
That's
unless
a-
you're outside of Australia.
Yes. Well, that was a message specifically to my girlfriend who has
Okay.
refused to watch it so far.
Oh, it's great. It's
so
incredibly
funny.
funny.
Trouble
yeah.
in Paradise, hey?
Seems that way. Yeah. Time to split the DVD collection again.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm happy I've gone digital.
That's all right.
I can just skip town. No, I'm really looking forward to it. So like my history with Marvel is kind of liked Iron Man.
Yep.
Really liked Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Hated Thor. Thought
Okay,
it was
yeah.
a terrible movie.
Sure.
And then have kind of been kind of wishy-washy on everything else.
Has there been like one that you're like, oh man, I love Guardians or I love Winter Soldier, or has it all been kind of?
I really liked Guardians.
Yeah.
Meso and I saw that together. Do you
We
remember that?
did.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
Thanks for the invite.
we don't ever tell him again. Weirdly, I really liked Iron Man 3.
Okay, yeah, because that's something that we didn't enjoy. What about
Yeah.
what about it did you like?
I liked the writing. I liked. I thought Robert
You like
Downey
the Shane
Jr.
Blackness of
Yes.
it, I assume,
Yeah, exactly. I like the Shane
Yeah.
Blackness. Yeah.
We've talked about this. What's your reasoning for, like, it's a good buddy cop movie to you, but not a good Iron Man
But
movie?
it's a movie where I'm at this point, Tony Stark has spent like 3 movies being this guy who's super prepared for everything and he learns from all his mistakes. And in this one, he's just like, hey, the Mandarin, come visit me at my house. I'll fight
Yeah.
you. And then the Mandarin shows up and he's completely unprepared and he's like, oh.
Yeah, he's in, like, the wrong suit. And
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which, is not a good Iron Man movie, but is a good rich guy needing to become humble again movie.
Sure,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And that worked for him for like 20 minutes and then he was back to being an asshole. Yes.
yeah.
That's what I thought Civil War did well, though. Like, he was kind of paying for his actions. Be like, hey, you can't just be terrible and kill people all the
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Oh, so Civil War I loved.
yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at now.
What was
there's-
the last one? You didn't like Doctor Strange too much? You're like,
No.
Yeah, okay, fair
I
enough.
thought it was boring.
Yeah. Well, you weren't a huge fan either, were you?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
But so like I don't really have any I don't have any stakes when
Yeah.
it comes to Marvel movies.
Do you think it's
What
just...
about if you're watching Blade? It's a vampire stakes.
Yes, I've got some stakes there.
Great,
Just in
obviously.
case.
I'm not going to be Tony Stark unprepared, all right?
Good.
Yeah.
So do you think it's like where they're kind of homogenized, where it's all kind of the same-ish kind of thing? Is that how you feel about it, kind of?
Mostly, yes.
Yeah, 'cause
and the
that's-
ones
that's
that
a
are
common
different,
criticism,
the
yeah.
ones that are different are the ones that I like the most.
Totally. Like
Yeah.
your James Gunn ones and your
Yeah.
whatever, yeah. No.
Totally.
And which is, again, like Iron Man 3, even though I don't like it, it is different. So I
Yes.
can understand why you would. Yeah.
And I feel like old Taika has got the balance right.
Yeah.
From what I can tell from like you guys and from just the general internet tone.
Yeah, sure.
He looks like he's being faithful to what makes Thor and the Hulk interesting.
Yep.
And is doing his own thing and making a great looking movie.
Can't argue with that.
And Thor's got 2 swords on the
And
poster.
he's got two
Where'd his
swords.
hammer go? He's got swords.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What an image that is. Oh.
Love
Oh.
it. Very excited.
Yep.
You guys checked out the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 trailer that has just been
Yes.
released that ruined my weekend. You guys check that out?
Why to ruin your weekend, James?
Because
You
I was
love- you
working
love
on another
Marvel
video
movies.
and then I had to change it to this one. And now
You love
not gonna
editing
get any
videos
sleep.
and Marvel movies and doing it constantly.
And it's so hard.
Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's what they say.
Yeah, fair. But I was so close to finishing my video on why I hate The Walking Dead.
Which seems to be your unfinished opus at
It
this
is,
point.
it
You've been
really
spending
is. I
months
keep
on this
bringing
thing.
it. It's not even that good, but I just want to get it done.
Is it your Chinese democracy, your
Yeah,
Guns N'
that's
Roses album? Because
yeah.
every week you're like, I've nearly finished this, and another episode comes out, which is terrible,
Yeah.
I presume, and then you have to add more bits.
That's exactly what's happening.
What you should do is cut it into a series of episodes and release them now.
That's a great idea. Maybe I will. What are we doing? Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy's
Galaxy.
trailer. So I had to reassess where we're at.
Recenter.
Yeah, that's right. What do you guys think?
Great. Looks
Funny?
fun. Yeah.
Good
Yep.
joke at the end where she read his mind and saw that he.
What do you think, Meso?
You guys like jokes?
Drax, who is Dave Bautista's character, I don't know if he has a consistent character.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he's in the first one he's stoic and filled with rage. And is he testing out emotions? I don't know what that character is doing.
Right.
Yeah. Because does he break his stoicism in that first one? Or is he just always stoic? Because like you'd hope that if he'd had an arc, he would have broken it by
Right,
the
yeah.
end.
Look, I can't remember.
Yeah, neither can I.
His arc was he came to peace with his family dying because he murdered that guy.
which is quite a serious arc.
But then it turned out Thanos was responsible, so now he's after
Yes,
Thanos.
that's
So-
right. Yeah.
So why is he
Thanos-
lightening up? Is the question.
Yeah.
I don't. I think it's just he doesn't understand subtlety or subtext or euphemisms or whatever. I think that's where it's all stemming from. I think that's
Yeah,
just who
right.
he kind of is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the other trailer, he gives Peter Quill a hug, so he's got some emotions. Did you see
Well, I
that
guess
other
they're
one?
bonding as a
They're
team.
bonding
as a team.
And apparently
Yeah.
that's what this one is about. Like the last one was about a family coming together, but this one's about how does a family stay together?
You're
Families.
thinking of the Fast and the Furious films.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Familiar. I'm drinking a Corona.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
bro.
Oh boy.
Speaking of though, Vin Diesel is in this. He's voicing Baby Groot.
Hmm.
Is that something that you guys are like, oh, they're going to just minions the shit out of this, or does it appeal to you?
I don't think that. No, but I mean, Minions has sort of,
A lot of minions,
and it's overrun the internet. I don't think
Yeah.
Groot could do that. I don't think my
Thank God
auntie
it's
will be
hump
sending
day.
a meme that's like,
Thank God it's hump day.
exactly.
And
and
it's a
Rudy's in
minion
there,
holding
yeah.
a banana
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to have a wine.
You're a
yeah.
great comedian.
That is, no one has ever said that before, and ever will again. I'm not too fussed about Baby Groot.
he was
Yeah, I
great.
liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it trod the line carefully. It could have been a bit annoying, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
in
I
the
think
trailer.
the
At least.
dynamic might be because you see in some of the trailer shots he's wearing a tiny little Star-Lord jacket.
Yes.
And I think maybe the dynamic is going to be he is now Star-Lord's best friend and not Rocket's
okay.
best friend, and Rocket's upset about it.
Okay.
I think that would be fun.
Because Rocket was quite aggravated in the trailer.
He seemed
Yes.
that way,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Do all these characters that you liked it, so they all appeal to you, or like, oh, these are great, they're funny and whatever, and they got a good interaction? Was there an interaction, or of any of them you're like, oh, I hate Rocket, I'm sick of his shit?
No, I like them all.
Yeah.
I think it was just a great movie. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what it was adapted from, what it has to fit in with.
Because
for
it
me.
changed quite a lot,
Right.
And I think it also benefited from people didn't know the source material. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some people. Whenever I say that, like 10 people email me, be like, "I was a fan forever."
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I was a
Yes.
fan since the 90s when they had a villain called Taserface.
who's going to be in this?
Who's gonna
one,
be in this?
actually, yeah.
That makes me even more excited.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing with Guardians of the Galaxy is I think I was kind of like I couldn't really keep caring about the Marvel movies.
Yes.
And
Yep.
then they were like, this one has a talking raccoon, and I was like, I'm back on board.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Marvel are getting smarter about not just making them all the same and hiring not just directors who will make the exact movies that they want, but hiring directors who will kind of make their own vision that also fits inside that universe.
Yeah, which is difficult because I feel
Yeah.
like Doctor Strange was probably a bit in the old style, a bit, you know.
It was very much a
bit boilerplate.
like an origin, like one of the original origin movies.
Yes.
Yeah. I think if that had have came out 8 years ago around the first Iron Man, then people would have been people like you and Mason as well. You would have maybe enjoyed it more.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah.
And I say that I'm down on, say, Doctor Strange or one of those, but then imagine if it had come out like in 1998.
Yes.
Imagine
Oh,
that
man.
movie.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
Lord. Who would they have gotten?
Tom Cruise.
Probably,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Who was the villain in Blade?
Brendan Fraser. No, it was Stephen Dorff.
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah.
Might have gotten Stephen Dorff.
Dwarf Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. What else we got in that trailer? There's not, because they're making a conscious effort for this as well, not to have people like me who then try and ruin movies for people by pointing out all the little things. So James Gunn apparently said that a lot of this stuff they made an effort to. It's all kind of in the first half of the movie,
Right.
So there's a lot of things we're not going to see. Like we didn't see Kurt Russell's Ego, the Living Planet, who's apparently not going to be a planet with a big face, which annoys me. But I don't know. I think that might be a misdirect.
Yeah.
I
Like
hope
you'll
so.
have an avatar or something, some kind of hologram situation.
Something like that. Well, apparently he's taken a human form with a penis, and that's a line in the movie, apparently.
Right.
But I can't imagine that you include a character called Ego, the Living Planet, and not have him as a planet. That would be upsetting.
What a tease.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Show me that planet, baby.
Yeah, so in this we've got the team is clearly fighting some sort of gigantic.
Yeah, I got
Tentacle
I
monster
put the name
creature.
in my trailer breakdown. I can't remember what it's called. Obelisk. It's a
okay.
multi-dimensional squid monster.
Right, and so that's in the first half of the movie. Okay.
I think that's the opening scene. It's
Great.
close
Yeah,
to it.
right. Like a James Bond's for
Exactly.
little mission at the start.
This is apparently 2 months after the last one. Yeah, that's the time frame, and they're all kind of famous because they saved the galaxy and whatever. So off the back of that, they're getting hired for jobs and all that. So that's kind of where this kicks off.
Nice. The
Yeah.
more I hear about it, the more I look forward to it.
Fantastic.
It sounds great.
All right, well let's move on because we're at peak hype, aren't we?
Yeah.
This is in your wheelhouse. You're a Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm a Pokemon.
Then you can talk. Then you can talk
You can
about
only
this.
say his name.
There's a live-action Pikachu Detective movie happening. It's directed by Rob Letterman, who did
Wait,
the
I'm sorry, it's a what?
live-action Pikachu Detective movie.
Yeah, Pikachu Detective is, I think, like a 3DS game or something. It's
That's
a
why
little
we got you
spin-off.
here, so we could talk about this. You don't know, do you?
No, I got no idea. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a little spin-off game like.
You play as Pikachu solving crimes?
Yes. Well, maybe not crimes. I don't know. I haven't played
Rapes. It's real grim.
it. Oh yes, one specific. It's
Yep.
Pikachu SVU.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, so it's one of these weird little spin-off things. I don't even know it's been released in like a PAL format. I think it's maybe
it's one of
Japan
those.
only.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But yeah, I heard a little bit about this
got a
weird
little hat?
thing. Little hat, little Sherlock Holmes
All right.
hat.
Magnifying glass.
I feel like this is going to be like a Dragon Ball
Evolution. Okay.
Bad.
That being said, this director did Goosebumps, and he did the best adaptation.
For a second there, I honestly thought you were going to say Goostbusters. But continue.
And that, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that's as good as an adaptation of all the monsters in that universe come to the real world. As you can he kind of did a really good job of balancing it and paying homage to the books and all that. So from that perspective, I don't know, I think people are smarter about this than they can be. Generally,
yes. Yeah.
This isn't for me anyway. Like, I'm not going to see this. I don't care about this.
Yeah.
But I know there are a lot of people like you who love Pikachu Detective novels or whatever this is based on.
I know, yeah. No, I don't know. I guess that Pokemon and Nintendo, the greater, controlling power, aren't going to let some shit go out there.
Well, they've been burnt before,
Yes.
so yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a wait and see because it sounds terrible in concept.
Sure.
So I think we have to see something before we can even make any judgments.
Well, if we can get 2 Jack Reacher movies,
Oh.
then maybe there's a chance for this. I thought as well, but seeing as you are here, there's been a video game Sony Expo happening also. And I thought, you guys are going to talk about this on your Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Presumably all the big reveals. But is there anything for you guys that kind of stood out? Mason, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Good, excellent.
So
Sony press conferencey thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Hideo.
It's
There's a bit of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about Hideo.
People went mental for that trailer. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I am not a Hideo Kojima fan.
Me neither.
I'm not a big Metal Gear Solid fan. I like the games a little bit. You know, I like the first one. I liked the fifth one a bit.
I hate the story.
The story is just
The last one I played is 4, and I will never pick that up again.
yeah.
It
It's
killed me.
So I'm not at all invested. Excuse me.
Getting emotional. That's all right.
But I thought that cinematic was pretty cool.
Sure.
I thought it was pretty tense.
Squid Tank.
Squid Tank, Guillermo del Toro holding a baby in a cup or something.
So he's... What's the game called?
Death Stranding.
Death
He was
Stranding.
supposed to do this with Konami,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they fired Kojima, and this all
Yeah.
fell apart. And so this is
Yeah, it was going to be Silent Hills.
yes.
So
yes.
is Guillermo del Toro in the game
I don't
consistently?
know.
We
That's a
don't-
really
we
good
don't
question.
know.
Or is he just the likeness for some sort of scientist character who's protecting this baby in a jar and then
Yeah.
he's killed very early on?
And Norman Reedus is in it, maybe.
Yes, I think so. Norman Reedus is the protagonist.
Is he the baby?
Yeah, that was a prequel trailer. No, I don't know. I don't know anything about this goddamn game.
But there is another trailer where he's naked and holding a baby.
yes,
Is that right?
So there's all this like dead sea creature imagery and ink and stuff, and
Like,
like
H.G. Lovecraft.
yes,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Um,
See, for
Yeah.
me, there's no gameplay. I don't know what the story is. This guy obviously crafts amazing games that people love. I'm sure it will probably be good, but I can't get hyped about a game where I don't see any footage of it, the
Yeah.
actual game.
yeah. So I mean,
What if you were seeing footage of the actual game?
That's a really good
What if that is it? Yeah, what if that is literally that's somebody playing the game?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's possible, yeah.
Like some of the gameplay footage from really new games and games that are coming up, like
Well, the one that they revealed was The Last of Us.
The Last of Us Part 2.
That's all in game.
Yes,
And
it
that-
looks incredible.
You're a fan of that first one?
Yes,
Amazing. Yeah.
Yes, and so like with Naughty Dog, Uncharted 4 looked amazing as well. So.
Yep.
I mean, maybe old hideous Kojima
The ugliest man
Yes.
in video gaming.
has been working away on his little graphics computer thing.
Sure.
Maybe it looks amazing. I don't know. I did
How
get
are you
in.
getting this insider information? How do you know he works on a graphics computer? You're in trouble.
Tapping my nose and winking. I don't know. I dug the vibe, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it's going to be.
Sure, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Mason, on any of this? Any of the reels? Do you see any of it?
Yeah, I saw it. This is good. It's look good.
No, I mean, like any other games, like there was Last of Us, there was some
The Last
other-
of Us Part 2
Yeah.
is the one I'm genuinely looking forward
Yes,
to.
absolutely.
I-
Apparently,
yeah.
they've merged the teams back together.
Yes.
The two Naughty Dog teams. So I think this will be something. Well, also, what do they say? They reckon like maybe 2018 at the earliest.
Yeah.
That's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
But if you want it to be good, what do you
Exactly.
do, yeah?
And like I had been, because I think we talked about this being a rumor last week on our show, and I think we all agreed like The Last of Us was a great single cohesive story.
Yes.
I don't really need to revisit that. And I kind of don't want to. I don't want it to be like a Walking Dead where they just drag things out and we're kind of sick of the zombie thing.
Yeah.
But if they're going to put a great deal of time into it,
What if this time they're fighting pirates and ninjas?
Imagine.
I'm definitely in.
Yeah, good, right?
But yeah, I think if they're going to craft a good story and it's going to look
Yeah.
amazing, then I'll definitely play it.
I feel like it's the kind of thing they wouldn't do it unless they had a pretty solid idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Anyway, you guys will talk about it more this week. If you guys
Absolutely.
want to hear more amazing thoughts that don't have me and Mason in them, and people who know what they're talking about, bloody jump! No, they 100% get it right every time.
no!
Jump on over to Filthy Casuals this Wednesday. I'll link it below. Now, Ben, if you don't mind, I have to do an ad because that's how we do things in the world of
Yep.
podcasting. You know that.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to do the ad as well, and I don't care if you don't like it.
Well, I'm going to shut my mouth.
No, you can.
Okay, so this holidays, Mason, Harry's is offering an amazing deal, a limited edition shaving set.
Ooh.
And we talked about last week how it'd be perfect for your dad, for your dumb dad who uses an electric razor.
What do dads want for? You can't get a thing for your dad for Christmas.
I got a text from my
But this
dad.
would be perfect.
I got a text from my dad and said, hey, I haven't used an electric razor in 10 years. So he listens to this, apparently. That's news to me. So that was a bit of a shock. But in this box, they've got a midnight blue chrome razor. which you can get
Midnight blue chrome is your dad's favourite colour.
correct. And
His
you can
Hilux is painted midnight blue chrome.
you can get it engraved with initials as well if you want. Three of
Big dog.
That's right.
your dad's
Three of Harry's German-engineered 5-blade cartridges that are proven close and comfortable shave. We've talked about this. They're amazing.
They're real
They seem
good.
to last forever. I think I'm going to swap out my blade now because I feel like I should. But we talked about this last week.
You
They last
seemingly
forever,
never-
Ben. I'm not trying to sell you on it. You don't need to buy it. But I'm just saying they're a good razor. If you're a man who loves to shave, just loves it, this is for you.
Shave all your bits. Shave
Yeah.
all your areas.
I refuse to shave my face, but I am going to go in on Harry's everywhere else.
Great. It's a foaming shave gel that smells amazing, beautifully designed gift box, and it goes for $30 on harrys.com. And there's also handles and sets that start from just $10. And if you haven't tried Harry's before, we've got a special offer for $5 off if you enter promo code weeklyplanet, one word. So that's harrys.com, HARRYS.com. Offer code weeklyplanet.
HTTP:// at the
Yes,
front.
that's right. Also, I should mention the free shipping ends December 9th. So you got a bit of time, but not too much
Free
time.
shipping?
Free shipping.
Genuinely great.
All right then. You're not getting any money for it. Damn it. Thought you were going to weasel your way into that. Well, I keep mentioning that you're here, Ben, because you are. So we've built a topic.
If you don't keep mentioning it, I'll fade away into nothing.
That's right.
Behind the scenes, Ben's not really here. We've just compiled things he would say from episodes of Filthy Casuals, and we've got a soundboard here.
It's going real well. But we thought, because of your expertise, which we've discussed,
Yes.
we'd talk video... No, I've worded this better before the show. Video games that are based on movies.
Yeah.
So not the other way around. We've done an episode on kind of your Mortal Kombats and your bloody-blah and
Video
all that kind
games
of
that
stuff.
became movies, and
They're bad.
yeah, it turns
Yeah.
out, and it's an amazing twist, and we can talk about some upcoming ones in a little bit, but
Yeah.
in an amazing twist, the best movie based on a video game is Prince of Persia.
Yes.
The best one.
I think that's probably fair, yeah.
I thought Warcraft was ambitious, but it didn't work for me. Are you a Warcraft fan?
Of the games, yes. Of the movies, very
Yes.
much no.
Okay. Because I heard that if you're a big fan of the games, then you get more out of the movie, but you didn't find that.
No, because I'm not someone who is
A nerd, we get it.
I guess no, just pedantic about the those kind of adaptations. Like I prefer a good movie over a good adaptation.
Can't argue with that.
So yeah, I hated Warcraft. I thought it was a terrible, terrible movie. I thought it was a long cutscene without the pacing of a video game.
But what about the bit where it scanned over the armies and the battles? Like
And the
in
mouse clicked. Yeah, I did like that bit.
Okay, good. Silver linings. So what we thought we'd do today is talk about some of the, I guess, the best and worst, or just any we think of, games that are based on movies. I would say it's safe to say that there are a lot more games based on movies that are better than the other way around. Like there's a lot of really classic ones, and I think a good one to start off with is GoldenEye.
Yes.
Which is probably considered, well, it's considered one of the greatest video games of all time. That is virtually unplayable now.
Yeah.
It's the controller, right?
Yeah. It don't work. The dual analog thing has improved so much in the years since then that it's just, you keep just pointing up into the corner of the room and stuff.
I'm hanging out for a proper HD remake.
Didn't they already do
never
one?
get it. They made a redo, but it's not the same. It's the same level names and there's
I
similarities.
hope that's what it said on the box.
Yeah,
It's GoldenEye redo.
Yeah, with 8 O's, yeah. Yeah, I think that was on the Wii and you got like a golden controller or something.
And you were also the Daniel Craig version of Bond or something as well. Yeah.
He's not as much fun.
No, in real life or in the games, no.
He's an angry man.
Were you one of those people, because you're not a massive fan though, are you, basically?
I hate everything the N64 ever produced. And look, and again, I don't understand why everybody loved GoldenEye even at the time, because it was this era. It was the perfect storm of this really weird controller that's unpleasant to use.
Yes.
And everybody had just a regular size TV, which had to be split into 4.
Yes.
So everybody was looking at this postage stamp sized little screen with your little character in it. You got to fight Jaws and he's coming at you, but you can't see him or whatever.
Because you're odd job, you're too short. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of it. No good.
Well, here's a big old twist.
Yeah.
I
Give me
actually
SingStar any day at a party. That's right.
I actually never owned an N64.
Okay.
And so I kind of have a similar view on GoldenEye because I would always have to go to my friend's house who was a million times better at it than me. And I'm just like walking around, running into walls and getting shot.
And they know where all the body armor is. They're one step ahead. Yeah.
And like they play as the smaller character so they're harder to shoot. Like
that's cheating.
So like I recognize it as a great video game and a great video game adaptation of a film, but like
2 years after the movie came out for some reason. Yeah.
But I was never that into it.
Okay, fair enough.
But I know it would be number one on this list.
Sure.
On anyone's. Yeah.
Did you play as Knick Knack, the miniature man?
No, you can play as Oddjob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Baron Samedi or something like that.
Guess Knick Knack would have been too much of an advantage.
Yeah.
Sure, exactly. I think I enjoyed the single player campaign more because even little things like you'd shoot a guy in the leg and he'd kind of like he'd limp or your hand and they'd like drop their gun and shake their. Or was that maybe they didn't drop their gun? Maybe that was more Perfect Dark thing. But
right,
there was stuff like that. I was like, what? The
It was a
hell?
cutting edge game. Like it genuinely was. It advanced multiplayer first person shooters by a lot. It I think it got a whole generation of people who are like Nintendo people into like quote unquote real games.
Sure,
I think it got people into multiplayer, got people into shooters. Yeah, I think it was a real milestone. Definitely.
I remember at the time there was a friend of mine. I hadn't played it, and he was playing it at home. And he's come to school, and he's like, "It's blowing my mind, man." He's like, "It's literally like how you're sitting next to me. It's exactly like that." But everybody's just a block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Sean Bean's face stretched over a block like a cube.
Well, back in the day, we filled in the blanks with our own imagination.
You know it,
Yeah.
man. You bloody know it.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, and that is literally just hexagons on hexagons. But I remembered it being amazing.
Yeah.
And having replayed it, no, it's a big block. It's a one big block.
Did it stand up for you though?
Gameplay and story-wise, yes,
Sure.
but like you just had to get over the graphics.
Yeah.
Whereas at the time, I was in awe of the graphics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you cried at the end when whoever died from whoever. Sephiroth.
She
Big
dies
swords.
at like halfway through.
Okay.
And I don't think I cried, but I like the game.
What an endorsement.
Yeah.
Have you guys got the other ones? Otherwise, that's it.
Well, when you said we're going to talk about video games based on movies, you know when somebody says don't think about elephants and you just can't think of anything
You've
else
got
but
Batman,
elephants.
the video game.
No,
don't you?
I thought don't think about Lethal Weapon 3 on the Amiga 500. and I've spent a week trying to not think of that, but that's all I could think of is Lethal Weapon 3.
What about it? Is it one with the driving level and the shooting level?
No,
Because they're your favourites.
It's from Ocean Software, which is famous for having a platform level, then a driving level, then a puzzle level, then a driving level, then a platform level. But it was just a side-scrolling shooter. But you could play as Danny Glover or Mel Gibson.
Mr. Mad Mel Gibson.
Yeah, it was a just side-scrolling shooter.
Oh, wow.
Mel's got his mullet. You can see it very clearly, even though
You
small
can.
sprites.
He had the best mullet in
Yeah.
that movie as well.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
glorious.
Yeah.
Like a lion's
that was
mane.
prime mullet. I think by 4 he trimmed it down. Did he have a regular haircut
Yeah,
by
4
4?
years
Yeah.
haircut,
Yeah.
What a sellout.
Yeah.
In terms of bad
And a
ones.
racist. So go on.
Oh yeah. That's
I haven't
right.
finished talking about Lethal Weapon 3 on Amiga 500. No, I have. It's fine.
E.T. is a famously terrible game.
Never played it.
Yeah, me neither, but oh boy, it looks bad.
People-
the Atari, I think.
People blame that for the crash of the video game, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it would have happened regardless, I think. That was just the
Yeah.
straw that whatever.
Yeah,
It
that was a symptom. That was
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
It was an industry that was making 1 million copies of everything,
yeah.
and they just happened to that ET just happened to come out at a point where people stopped buying
Yes.
1 million copies of everything.
Yeah, those Atari cartridges.
And I think as well, you saw the boxes, the box art, and you're like, this looks incredible. And you open it up, and it's just the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yep.
It's like 3 pixels and the flashes. It's just, they're all garbage. Anybody who's like, these are great, they're classic, they're not.
They're not. We talked
terrible.
about Pong on our show.
Oh, and the 50 best games of all time episode. I like that
and
one.
how it's like, well, you know, it's pretty shit. Let's be honest.
It's like a cover song that's better than the original.
Right.
The original has to exist in order for the cover to exist. But
Are you talking about the new cover of Sound of Silence?
by Disturbed. Yes, I heard that on the way over here. Not kidding.
oh yeah.
Yeah, have you guys been to the Acme in Melbourne where they have the video game exhibition?
I went.
yeah.
A lot of
yeah.
them are broken.
Yeah, they
A lot
are.
of people have broken the controllers, but they do
pulling
have
their
Pong
keys
there.
off. Yeah.
I think I went when it first opened, which was like 7 or 8 years ago.
So
Yeah.
you were the one who broke them all.
Thanks a
we
lot,
just ran in
Sam.
there, smashed them with a big hammer. Yeah. So ET's bad. You know
Yeah.
what's good? Shadow of Mordor.
Okay, yeah, that is good. Is that set before Lord of the Rings or concurrently?
I believe it's before. I think it's way back in the day. In fact, it is. It definitely is. It's
Yeah.
when I think.
Because you're a ranger with the powers of a Nazgul man.
Yeah, yeah.
Or something.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's before.
With the combat of Batman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the climbing abilities of Assassin's Creed.
Without the shit stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was Barad-dûr before it was Barad-dûr was like Minas something?
Minas Morgul? Morgul?
Yeah. I think
I'm not the guy.
I think
No,
the
I'm
game-
not the guy either.
I think it's Minas Morgul maybe.
Yeah.
I think the game is set before that falls to Sauron.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's way back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
It's great. I
Yeah.
really, really like that game.
I played a little bit of it, and I remember. Oh, first of all, the combat's great. Just put the Arkham combat and everything forever.
Yeah.
That's fine until, and maybe not forever. But I remember.
We're gonna say forever.
Okay, until something comes along that's better.
Yeah.
But I love the way that if you don't kill one of the soldiers, they kill you, then they get upgraded
Yes.
and they become a general, and then they remember you when you go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
It's got a great
It's great. And
system,
they
yeah.
insult you. They insult you based on how they killed you as
Yeah,
well.
and your
What are
sexuality.
you, some
yeah.
kind of cuck? What's going on?
Yes. No, I mean, yeah, no. I really like that game. I think for me, it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because I thought that all of the Lord of the Rings adaptations to video game were kind of bad-ish.
The ones I've got here, there's the Two Towers on PS2 and Return of the King. In
Right.
particular, Return of the King is really great.
Really?
It's like a hack and slash, and it follows us. And they got all the voice actors back, and it's
That's great.
really incredible. I mean, I say that I haven't played it in like 10 years.
Yeah,
but
right.
those are. In particular, the second one is really, really good.
Nice.
Return of the King, yeah.
I'd never had a PS2, so I guess I missed them.
Okay,
I
yeah,
missed
yeah,
out.
yeah.
But like, there was a lot of real-time strategy ones.
Sure.
And,
there was that one that was like Star Wars Battlefront, but it was Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
My brother loved that one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. And there was
Who just had a baby, the one you
Oh,
don't like.
one I don't like. Okay,
Congratulations. You had a little baby girl.
Congrats.
Called Sandwich. No, that's not her name.
I was going to say that'd be a very odd name for a baby.
Very weird.
That's a boy's name.
Yeah, so Shadow of Mordor is great.
Yeah.
I don't like the Lego games.
Yeah, they're all... I remember being blown away by the first Star Wars one. I'm like,
Yeah.
isn't this fun? Every character's in it. Oh, this is a representation of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now I played the Marvel Heroes one recently. And I'm
Oh,
like, I hate this.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, I'm the Hulk, but this isn't fun.
Yeah.
Oh, what does the Hulk look like in Lego form?
Just bigger.
Yeah.
Slightly bigger. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Like the flying's okay, I guess, because you can fly, but it's...
Oh, the Hulk can't fly.
No, I don't.
Are you talking about a different
No,
character?
I'm not. It's just a really poor adaptation.
Oh.
Yeah, because the only, I think, Lego game that I've properly played was the Lord of the Rings one.
Right.
And I
Haven't
was
played
like,
that one, yeah.
oh, I guess you're playing through the movie,
Yep.
but it's Lego.
I'd rather play it as a game.
Yes, or watch the movie.
Yeah, sure. But that's something that they don't really do anymore. They don't take a movie and directly
Do
adapt
beat
it.
for beat, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a timing thing though, because whenever they do that, often they have to rush them out, and then you get like the Iron Man video game. Remember when Sega had all the Marvel rights.
Yeah.
And they just ruined all of them.
Yeah.
They did like, except for Captain America, which is actually not bad.
Yeah, nice.
It's got the Arkham combat, so.
Yeah.
Because if you want to do a game that follows the plot of a movie now,
Yeah.
they would have to give the video game company the script in advance.
Yes.
And say, here are all the action beats and here's all the plot points and you're going to have to build this cutscene, and that would leak in 5 minutes, and then we'd know the plot of Guardians
Exactly.
2. So
Yes, exactly.
Because the Revenge of the Sith, which is a direct adaptation of Revenge of the Sith, it's everything. It's the entire movie with footage in it, like, and it released like the week before or something, or a few days before. So
Right.
you would never get that now for like the Force
No.
Awakens. It just wouldn't happen. Now we get like a Battlefront DLC
Yeah.
Rogue One level,
Yep.
which I'll never play because maybe just release a full game, then I'll fucking buy it.
Yes.
A bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Star Wars games
We
then?
can do that.
Let's
That's
do
probably a
that.
whole episode in itself. But yeah, let's
yeah.
absolutely, let's do it.
I think, in my opinion, the best one is Knights of the Old Republic #1.
Never played it.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Can you go back though?
Yes.
is it an MMORPG?
No, my good friend.
MMORPG.
It is an offline, normal RPG.
Oh.
Made by BioWare, who make Mass Effect and everything.
OLN RPG.
Yeah.
Offline normal RPG.
Ruffle.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
That. We're doing that.
Good.
Yeah. So if you've ever played any of the Mass Effect games, or I think BioWare, what do they do? Like Baldur's Gate and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I always thought it was Baldur's Gate. Is that not true? I've been reading it wrong.
maybe. You
No,
read a
you're
lot
probably
of stuff wrong, I want to say.
I do.
As
yeah.
a listener, you mispronounce almost every word
And
you
I
say.
brought Ben on to attack you.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
this is the dream of most listeners to come on and
Yeah.
berate me. Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, anyway, BioWare, I like them, and I like Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
I think it is one of the best video games of all time.
Wow.
Whoa.
Even better than
Mic
GoldenEye.
drop. Yes. So yeah, I think that's the best Star Wars game.
Okay.
What do you think the best Star Wars game is?
Jedi Knight 2.
That is also a good one.
Yeah. It's close, isn't it? And
Yeah.
there hasn't been a game with that good lightsaber combat since. It's all been kind of...
Did you, any of you guys,
Yeah, any of us, yeah.
in the room, play?
Dog, what do you think?
What do you think, Doug?
Nah, not much.
Not interested. Hello, dog. We love you.
Did you all play The Force Unleashed 1 or 2?
Yeah, I played
Yeah.
both.
What do you think of them?
I like the story. I hate the combat towards the end because it's just hitting a guy with a stick and everybody's force proof and got shields. But at the start, you're just throwing stormtroopers and cutting them
Yeah.
down, and it's a lot of fun. And
See,
then,
I played the first 10 minutes only.
Yes.
So it's, in my mind, that's a great game. It looks incredible.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Yeah,
Yeah. And that was I got it on the Wii, and so it was perfect. It was perfect for swinging that Wii mode around.
you know it, mate. I mean, you obviously do.
Does that mean,
Yes.
with the sort of the prevalence of VR, are we going to get, speaking of lightsaber combat, are we going to get a Star Wars game that's got some virtual
Star Wars
lightsabering in it? Because I guess it would be hard to do because you need
Yeah.
Two
some
hands.
sort of feedback.
And you need real good syncing.
Yeah, that's right. And the Wii didn't always kind of have that, did it?
No.
Yeah.
I
Also,
reckon
you
it'll
need
be.
I feel like you need the feedback of the
hitting
clash of
something.
blades. And
Yeah.
if you go, I don't see how you could do that combat because it would go out of sync real quick. You'd go through and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'll
Maybe
just
you-
be Luke doing the training with the blast shield down.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe you
That's
would need one of those. You go into an arcade and there's one of those punching machines, and you have to punch to determine how good you are at punching.
Yes.
Maybe like some sort of speed bag
Right,
that is in
right,
front
yeah.
of you, and you have to tap it.
Speaking of
like it.
arcade games, do you guys remember the Terminator 2 gun arcade game?
Yes.
That game was incredible, probably.
Yes.
I remember the Super Nintendo version not being as good.
I remember the Amiga
Super
500 version. Ask me
Oh,
about
here we
it.
go.
How
Driving
was it?
levels, shooting level.
Yeah, it's that one.
Flying level or
Format.
whatever.
Exactly that format. Yeah.
Do you remember? I remember that blew me away when I was a kid. I'm like, I can't believe somebody made this because the Terminators would pop up and you riddle them with bullets and the skin flies off.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was
Yeah.
something else.
You got to live the dream of like being the hero in that future world.
That's right. Yeah,
perfect.
The John Connor or whoever else is in those.
There were a series
Carl
of
Reese.
Yeah, the car race.
There were a series on PC. There were a series of not related to the movie, not direct adaptations of the movies, but in that universe. There was Terminator 2029, which was set in the future.
Ooh.
And there was Terminator Rampage, which was set in an office building. It's
What?
pretty incredible. There was so there was
Are
Terminator.
these mods?
No, these were real.
Okay.
So there was Terminator 2029, where you get like you're a human and you get some sort of advanced battle armor.
Yes.
that you can use to fight. And then there's the Terminator Rampage, which was set after the first Terminator, where you go into like a Colorado Rocky Mountains kind of secret Skynet military base that is an office. It's
Right.
inside. It's a hidden base inside an office, and
Great.
it's a hidden base inside the mountains, but it's an office, and you have to go and assemble the pieces of this battle suit in the past, and put a gun
okay.
together. But it was like, imagine an office, but it's the size, like one level in an office, but it's the size of a city, and like,
Oh, yeah, right.
and it's like every room has, you go into
It's like a desk drawer.
yeah, and you go into a room, and it's
You're
like
picturing an office.
you go into a boardroom, and there's like 6 doors on all the walls, and you have to open each of the doors to see if there's a piece of this gun in
That's
there.
annoying.
Yeah, and
Jesus.
So it went forever and it was just boring. Yeah.
excruciating.
What year's that? Was it like a top-down?
It would have been post Terminator
Isometric?
2, so like 1997. I'm gonna find
But like, was
out
it
for you.
3D? Was it from?
Yeah, it was like a Doom style game. They were both Doom style
okay.
games. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right. Well, that sounds bad. I wish
Yeah.
you didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Matrix: The Path of Neo?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so they did Enter the Matrix, which they
Yes.
shot concurrently, and you played as Will Smith's wife and
Yep,
whatever.
I played that.
Yeah, did you like that one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. It was weirdly like cinematic and ahead of its time.
Yes,
I should say.
I
Yeah.
can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Guys, Terminator Rampage came out in 1993.
No, 3.
Yeah, right.
That's ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I guess.
But look at that box art.
That's
incredible.
great.
That
That's
does look
incredible
good,
box
yeah. I've
art.
never heard of
Then
this
look at
game.
this game. No good. No
That
good.
A
makes
very
me
cheap
sad.
Doom clone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
Sorry, Matrix.
But yeah, and that told a parallel story,
Yeah.
didn't it, to those terrible movies?
Yes,
And the
yes.
combat was okay though, wasn't it?
Combat was great.
Yeah.
I actually, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it, I think, despite at the time being very, very aware of hating the movies.
Yeah.
Like not being too young to be like, it's fine.
I think it reached a little further than what it was capable of in terms of like terms of the mechanics. But I think it did a lot of stuff. Yeah, like you said, like a lot of pioneering stuff, and a lot of that they also funneled into the path of Neo, which is you just play as Neo through the Matrix films. The combat's really solid. There's a great level where you fight like thousands of Agent Smiths, and all
There's a great level where you fight ants.
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
you fall into a parallel dimension or something, and you fight ants. And then at the end, instead of you returning to the source or whatever, Agent Smith turns into a big smashy robot made of cars. And so and actually the Wachowski brothers come on and say, hey, we couldn't do the Wachowski siblings.
Yes.
They come on and they say, oh, we can't do the ending from the movie. So there's a big boss instead because it's a video game.
I mean,
And then We Are the Champions plays.
well,
That's
sounds
true.
That
That's
sounds
true.
great. I was going to say that everything about that sounds like better than the movies. Because
Yeah.
The Matrix is such a rich idea.
I know.
You could do anything with it. You could shrink down to the size of an ant and fight ants. Like, why not do something
just to be
interesting?
clear, these ants were big human-sized
They were
ants.
anthropomorphic ants. They stood up on their hind
Yeah,
legs.
yeah, just to
well,
be clear.
make
Yeah.
the buildings bigger. It seems like everyone's
That's
small.
right. Yeah.
But like you know, you could.
Yeah.
The concept of the Matrix is so malleable, and they just wasted it.
They allude to the fact that the reasons that ghosts and werewolves and all this exists is because they're glitches in the Matrix and
Yeah.
viruses and programs gone rogue. And then none of it. We don't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Now, some of those guys were werewolves. In the Matrix Reloaded, some of them were werewolves.
Which ones?
The guys that he fights on the stairwell.
That there's no indication that they're werewolves.
I think some of them had slightly pointier teeth.
That's piss poor.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't make it, or did I? That's right.
Oh dear.
I feel like the Matrix is a property that should have a better video game made of it.
I think it's because, well, they're not making any more for now, and they really shit the bed with those last two, so they're probably going to leave it alone for a while.
Yeah.
They did do that online.
I was just going to
version.
say, and that
I've never played it.
ended, I feel, in the most Matrixy way possible. Is they were building to some incredible final battle, and like everybody was like, everybody who was in there was going to, go into the city and fight this final battle against the machines.
Ants.
But then it just. Then the system just crashed.
Of course it
The
would.
servers crashed because everybody was there and they
course
weren't
it would.
prepared. So it just sort of fizzled. And
That's
I'm like, well, that's pretty
amazing.
Matrixy.
Yeah. That's
Oh, dear.
perfect. Did you guys play Jurassic Park? I know you have on the
Yes.
Super Nintendo because we recorded an episode of it and then it didn't record properly, so it's lost forever.
Oh dear.
So
It's
we
a-
have very fond memories of that game.
Yeah, it's a top-down. It just you're Sam Neill,
Yep.
and it just dumps you in the park at the start.
Famous action star Sam
Yeah,
Neill.
that's right. And you've got a taser, and you've got no direction. You've got a map, but you don't
Jeez.
really know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to maybe open a fence or go across a bridge. It's shit.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
No.
And there's a first-person section, which is
I think you're viewing it in brown-coloured glasses, James. I think we had fun up until... So,
no, we had fun because it wasn't good. It wasn't like a
true.
fun
Yeah.
time.
Have we talked about that on the show? I don't know if we have.
Maybe. I don't know, yeah.
So we very occasionally did a YouTube series called Never Go Back.
We talked about it in this episode, Mason.
No, I remember.
Episode, yes.
Just for the benefit of you, Ben, who has very short-term amnesia.
Where am I?
Oh, no! And every time, like, we did it a few times in a row, and it was fine. And then this time we were like, Jurassic World was coming up, so like, we'll talk about we'll do the Jurassic Park game.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, this this video captures thing,
Yes.
which to this point had worked fine, decided to adjust its video quality to like the lowest setting imaginable.
Yeah.
So it recorded
dear.
to like postage that like even small, like smaller than GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Like a real time. So if you blew it up to even like a phone size, it was just everything was just like 8 giant pixels.
Yeah, right.
And so we had like an hour's worth of audio where we're having a really good time. That was fine.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'd like to be able to do something with it, but I don't want to release it because it just wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
Like I know it's one of those things where people are like, just release it, but I would and you'd hate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
We regret asking you for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
The content creator knows what's good.
That's correct. And that's what we do. Whatever this is. What else we got?
Did either of you guys play Alien Isolation?
Yeah, I didn't
did.
like it because I couldn't use the gun when it would let me at the start, but I've heard it's amazing.
Oh, yes. No, I listened to you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I know a lot of people loved it.
Yeah, because I was really scared the whole time. So I wasn't running around picking up guns or anything. I was hiding around corners.
This is before I saw The Alien or something, or maybe it was just after.
Yeah.
But it was something like, for those who don't know, I picked up a gun and then I went to use that gun, but it wouldn't let me use the gun until I found the gun where you're supposed to find the gun.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then I somehow cycled it out and I couldn't bring it back in and whatever. Yeah. Is that a glitch or is that like a
that's
storytelling
definitely a glitch.
device
No,
that they've worked into it?
I think you were way too bold, and then there was a glitch.
Okay, right, gotcha, yeah.
But because I just like I get scared real easily.
Sure.
Like I like horror movies,
Yeah.
but they scare me very much. So,
Yeah.
and horror games even more because you're in
It's
it.
you,
You're
you're moving
immersed.
about, yeah.
So I really liked it. I thought it was very effective, and I thought stylistically it was brilliant.
I heard it goes too long after the alien goes away. Like it's about...
Right.
Is that true? Did you find that?
I didn't finish it because I got too scared, which is the mark of a good horror game.
Sure,
I think.
or a
Right.
bad horror game because it's too scary?
Yeah,
don't
maybe.
know, yeah.
Pace yourself better, Alien Isolation.
Did you like Dead Space then? I assume.
I haven't played Dead
Yeah,
Space.
it felt like a less action-heavy Dead Space, but I liked
Right.
it. The aesthetic is incredible.
Oh, it's
they
so
nailed
good.
that 70s. Everything's like a screen with a telephone on it.
Yeah, the dirty sci-fi.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I loved all that, and I
Yeah.
liked the story. I thought it was a really good way to integrate into the original Alien. I should
Yep.
go back to that, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
reckon.
not too scared. Yeah.
Yes. yeah. If you're not as big of a wuss as me.
Okay, sure. Fair enough. Have you guys played Street Fighter the movie, the game?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's a fighting game based on
What?
Street Fighter the movie, but they've digitized actors from the movie like they do with Mortal Kombat. So
yeah.
it's Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile fighting Kylie Minogue as
Cammy.
Cammy.
Yeah,
I was going to say
Raul Julia.
Chun-Li, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They
And
animated
whoever
Raul Julia's
played the rest
corpse.
of them as the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Baio was he?
Scott Baio was not in.
Oh, was he in Was he in Double Dragon?
No, that was Scott Wolf.
I am thinking Scott Wolf.
You're
Yeah.
thinking of Scott Wolf and Mark Dacascos.
I am,
Who played
right.
Billy and Jimmy.
So you played it?
Yes.
Apparently the arcade was terrible, but the home port they fixed.
Oh, because I played the arcade version.
Yeah, okay.
It's no good.
It's no good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because those...
But M. Bison has lightning bolt powers because he has them in the movie.
he certainly does.
which is a break from the standard video game version.
Yeah, I think for the better.
Yes.
A confident departure.
Yeah.
That
the
game
best
is what
of
killed
ways.
Raul Julia. It was killed in digitization.
Oh, no.
He got trapped in the internet.
So I'll make a Addams Family game and bring him back to life.
Well, there were Addams Family games. But back in the day, like the Super Nintendo, they would adapt anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
There was a Wayne's World game.
Yep.
There was a platform.
There was a Beavis and Butthead game.
There was a Home Improvement Super
Yes.
Nintendo
Yeah,
game.
yes.
Yeah,
There was a
absolutely.
Blues Brothers.
Yes,
there was.
PC game, maybe.
I played that.
original.
That was on Amiga 500.
Was it?
Yes.
There was a
Yeah.
Roger
That was great.
Rabbit
There was
Video
a Hudson
game.
Hawk platform game.
Oh, man.
Ocean Software did all of these games.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of. Used to get a lot of that. Like you get like a Predator side scroller and a Terminator side scroller and the Last Action Hero side scroller.
Oh, yeah.
Anything with Arnie in it, give him a
Yep.
bloody side scroller.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, those were the days. Also, maybe they weren't the days. Maybe today's better.
I think today is a lot
Today's
better.
definitely better, yeah.
You know what I like about your show as well? It's like with Mason, you don't let nostalgia kind of blind you. You're like,
No.
oh, this is shit.
Yes.
Like I liked it, but now it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any June 2.
Is that the sequel to the movie
It's
in video game form?
I don't even know. I think it's probably it's got what's his name? Paul Atreides looks like Kyle MacLachlan.
Right.
So I'm assuming it was made because the movie was made.
What year was this?
This was the 90s?
It was definitely the 90s.
Was you a fan of this one also?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Have we?
It was like a Command and Conquer game.
Oh, we talked about like when we talked about Dune like 2 weeks
Yes,
ago.
when we talked about Dune.
I remember.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It was like it was Command and Conquer, it was Warcraft, it was kind of...
I'm feeling your role of not remembering anything. I
Good.
stepped into it.
Yeah, finally.
And there was a bit of talking and stuff as well. Am I remembering that?
Sounds
correctly?
great.
There were plenty of cutscenes. There was no, like, you didn't
choose anything?
No, you didn't get to pick from like a dialogue tree
Right,
or anything
okay.
like that. Yeah,
But it was like, what's Kyle MacLachlan up to or whatever.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
but basically you got to pick from red, green, or blue guys, and they
Yep.
had different guns.
So it was like, was it good though? Like you said, nostalgia, you kind of lent into that.
I feel like it wasn't. Because when I played it, I didn't know what June was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I didn't really like the game that much. But my best friend liked it, so
Yeah.
I played it a lot.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
I played an adaptation of War of the Worlds in that style.
Really?
Which I hated. Also, because you were the army, the guys, and then you roll like a car up to the aliens and they just blast you. Like it was over in like a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do
Spray
here?
them with water or flu or whatever.
Yeah, do I wait until they die? Like it's like what happened in the movie? So that's not something that you recommend then, Dune 2.
I would recommend it.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
We've got a difference of opinion.
I don't like that. That's just, this 3-person thing is it. We're gonna have to cut it short, guys. Sorry. Jumping back to the Atari, do you remember the Ghostbusters Atari adaptation? Every person who's on YouTube has done like a retrospective on it and been like, isn't this crap or
I
whatever?
probably watched it then.
You're the Ghostbusters logo and you go through the city and then you fight a ghost in a side-scrolling
and you had to buy all sorts of equipment
Yeah.
from a shop that sold your very specific scientific
Yes. Yeah.
ghost capturing equipment. Just some guy on the street. You just bought it from a pawn shop, I assume.
Yeah. Not
Well,
good.
Apparently, the Ghostbusters Answer the Call game that came out this year was bad as well.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the real Ghostbusters 3 that people call the real Ghostbusters 3, which has got all the cast.
Oh.
Apparently that's good.
Apparently, that's great.
Yeah, but I
Yes.
haven't played that. Yeah.
Nah.
So Answer the Call is not based on the new movie, is it?
No, it has the same name, but it's got the Ghostbusters. There's guys and girls. and they're all
Yeah.
quite generic.
Okay.
They're just like,
Yeah.
this guy's slightly bigger than the other guy, and it's the lady. She's got red hair.
They have different weapons and stuff.
I think they're about the same.
I think they're,
None,
yeah, I think they're the same.
which is weird because the movie built itself up as like, okay, this character has this character has like brass knuckles, but
Yeah.
they're ghost fighting brass knuckles, and this person has pistols or whatever. But
That's one thing I liked about that movie, all the new tech. Yeah.
what didn't you like about the movie?
It was just kind of average. Like, you know, people are like, I don't know why, I've talked about this, why do people got so worked up about that movie? It's just nothing. It's just gone away. Like, it was
Yeah.
fine. There was some decent jokes in it. The finale was kind of shit.
Yeah.
But they're going to do another one apparently.
I think
maybe.
it's
Are they really?
because... Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, they're talking about it.
I think that the reason there was a lot of outrage is because a lot of guys who use the internet are a bit weird.
Yeah, look, there is definitely that. Like, there was absolutely that element.
Well, you're
of
on
it.
a list now.
But I think
No.
I think there was also elements of anybody was kind of like, oh, this trailer looks shit. And then some people were like, well, you're sexist because you hate this.
Yes.
So, and don't get me wrong, there was a lot of that. Like,
Yeah.
an astonishing amount. And you'd be an idiot to say that that's not why
Yeah.
some people weren't on board. But there was all, and Sony were deleting negative comments and all,
It was
like,
a maelstrom
it
of
was a
bad
total
humanity.
shitstorm.
Females.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
right.
glad it's gone
Yeah.
until it's back again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Did anyone play the Die Hard? Oh, sorry, there you go.
I was going to say Die Hard on Nintendo was incredible.
Was it a
'Cause you
side
had-
scroller?
No, it was a top down,
Yeah.
and you had to go from the various levels of Nakatomi Plaza. But
Oh,
you had
great.
you had a life
Sweet.
bar for yourself and your feet. That was
so
the
good.
conceit.
Whoever committed to that during development
Amazing.
is a hero.
Yeah, I know, right?
There was also a Die Hard
That's
arcade
his legacy.
game that was just
The trilogy.
Yeah,
it was like a beat 'em up.
Yeah, it was Die Hard in
Right.
name only.
Yeah.
You were just a couple of guys and you beat people up, and sometimes you picked up a rocket launcher and shot somebody with a rocket launcher.
But it was
Nice.
Die Hard, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was real Die Hard.
In name
yeah.
only. Yeah.
There was a Reservoir Dogs game. It was banned
What?
in Australia and New Zealand.
That's not that old, is it?
No, it was PlayStation 1, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right.
There was a Reservoir Dogs game and there was a
That's
Fight
quite
Club
old,
game.
actually, you know?
Yeah, it's,
The Fight Club game was shit.
yeah.
Apparently.
It was, well, and it was odd in the sense that I guess you could play it off as well, capitalism, as if a movie that's all about capitalism would have a video game adaptation. But here it is.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like a kind of like have our cake and eat it too kind of thing. You could play as Abraham Lincoln in it.
Oh, right. That's
Because-
a nice little nod.
Yeah,
to,
but you could also play as Fred Durst. So that's not as
He
good.
bought his way to that.
the
didn't
No,
he?
no, right? Yeah. And if I remember correctly, it's one of, speaking of the Reservoir Dogs game, only Michael Madsen signed on to be in it.
Because
So
he'll do
ev-
anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and everybody else was just a generic guy, so it was just an odd it's an odd duck of a game.
Yeah.
But the only likeness who signed over on the Fight Club game was Meatloaf. So
Sure.
Meatloaf was in it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But he didn't voice the character.
no.
I'd like to see a game with Meatloaf and Michael Madsen in it.
Yeah.
Just team them up.
Meats and Mads. Meatzo and Madzo.
Mitzo and Matzo. Good stuff. Do you guys? I played it a little bit on the PSP. The Warriors it's like a 30 years after adaptation of the Warriors
And
movie.
it was made by
did it,
Rockstar, yeah.
And the fighting I remember at the time was really good. It's not a PSP game. If you're gonna play like a better version of it than that.
Right, which it is out on the PSN
Okay,
or the PS4.
cool.
I
Have
haven't
you
played
played
it,
it? Yeah.
but people are recommending it to me. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
So apparently it is good.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's. We both agree.
Put you in your place, hasn't it,
It
James?
certainly has. Do you guys? I haven't played this, but it's always intrigued me. There was a game that's a sequel to the original Thing, where you rock up afterwards and Kurt Russell's there, and it's a little exploration. And who's the Thing and whatever.
Is it Kurt Russell?
No, I don't think it is. I think it changes.
Oh, it
depending
changes
on-
randomly, right?
But like, say, what I've heard one of the flaws of the game is, say you're in a room and you shoot one of the guys and then he dies and he's not the Thing. But then if you wait 3 seconds, his head bursts open and he is the Thing. Do you know what I mean?
Just because they wanted to use that effect.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But I like that idea of taking an existing game, like they did with Alien Isolation, and building a story. It's not a direct adaptation, but it's built kind of around it. Because you couldn't make a game on the Thing based on the movie, because you just killed the guy that was the Thing from
Yes.
the movie. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's interesting that there's now a 3-episode Thingiverse. There's the
Yes.
there's the modern version, which was the prequel.
Yeah.
There's the Thing, and then there's a video game sequel.
Correct.
What's next, guys? I cannot even imagine.
Probably a reboot.
Probably a reboot.
Yes.
I heard they
Or
were
a
gonna.
Snapchat filter. That's the sequel.
I heard they were gonna.
Face.
I don't know whether this is true. I heard they were going to do like a sequel 20 years after, and they were going to explain, and it was directly after, and they were going to explain Kurt Russell's age by being like, oh, he was out in the cold, so it weathered him. But I don't know.
Oh,
whether
right.
that's-
I get
Oh,
it.
so it would be
Work.
filmed now, obviously,
Yeah.
but it would be set.
It wasn't now, it was like 10 years back. Or
Okay,
whatever, yeah.
but it would have been set immediately post the movie.
Yeah, like maybe that was a thing that I read on an IMDb forum. That's not true.
Hey, it sounds good, and I'm putting it into production. I really liked the Mad Max game that came out
Right.
earlier this year.
Is
late
that
last
based
year.
on that? I heard that's a bit of a hidden gem.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It was in development while Fury Road was being made. So
For the 8 years that Fury Road was being
yeah,
filmed.
yeah, exactly. And I think had a similar like production schedule thing where they got delayed
They
and all
changed
sorts
the
of things.
Max, didn't they? Because he was American, and then people
Yep.
flipped out. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's like
It's got the Arkham combat.
It's got the Arkham combat. It's got car stuff.
Yeah.
Like your car combat from whatever, like Burnout or
Sure, one
something.
of those. A good one.
A good one. And it's got Assassin's Creed style exploration.
Ah, okay.
It's great. It's got like cool day-night cycles and sandstorms and like it's just a great game. It's just a great open world game.
Because that kind of the reviews were pretty brutal on that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think people had like just played Assassin's Creed Unity or Syndicate or whichever the bad one was.
Boo, all of those. Most of them. I
yes.
don't know. Maybe not the pirate one. I didn't play it.
Pirate
I don't
one's
know.
great.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You hold your mouth about the black flag.
Yes.
Bloody
Yes.
Last one I played was 3.
Do you get to drive the Interceptor, his famous car?
Don't you get to build your own car and
You
stuff?
gradually build your own car and you can change the body and the frame and you can add all sorts of stuff.
Cool.
Like it's full customization.
Yeah.
I like
And,
the idea that you have to build it incredibly gradually to the point, like initially you've just got the frame and you're
And
walking
a
it around
hubcap,
Flintstone style.
Oh, that's great.
But you kind of do build it very gradually. So back in your box.
Yeah, shut up, Mason.
I've been told, haven't
Once in
I?
your bloody life.
But yeah, I cannot speak highly enough of that game. It's great. It has every like gameplay system,
Yep.
like car customization, like melee combat, exploration.
It's pretty brutal, the melee, isn't it? It's
Yes.
like the Mad Max movie.
But
like.
each one is done great and combined together perfectly.
Cool.
It's a really good game.
It's better than Assassin's Creed, the bad one that we
Yes.
talked about. Okay. But
And
not, but not Black Flag.
It's better than Black Flag. Yeah, I said it.
That would be shocking if I
Wow.
played that game, either of these games.
And also, it has the language and the style of Fury Road.
Oh, okay. The,
So it's-
the
yeah.
chroming and...
Get a dog up here.
Yeah, yep.
I had this conversation with somebody recently. How much of the Australian...
How much of a dog can you get up here? if you
Yeah,
had to?
first of all, that's right. Second of all, how much of the Australian slang that we know, that we think is real, how much do you think is like originated in the 30s, and how much of it originated in like beer ads in the 90s?
And Paul Hogan movies.
Yeah.
Good question.
I
question.
think it's 90% made up.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll agree with that. Well, shrimp on the Barbie is from an ad.
Yes.
From a Paul Hogan tourist
yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
Because we don't call them shrimps, we call them prawns.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man,
we do.
Drinking Foster's is made up when you go to a Foster's sponsored event and you can't drink
And you
anything
have
else.
to drink it,
Yeah.
yeah. God damn it. Yeah, pricks. Remember when Foster's bought out everything and they were just everywhere at one point? Or was that Tui's? I don't know. Both of them. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You're both shit.
Yeah, treat your workers better.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right,
I
but-
forgot Mads Mikkelsen is in that Hideo Kojima.
Yes!
Oh, he is too.
Forgot
Yes,
about that.
that really got me excited.
Yeah.
I'm mad about Mads.
I gotta watch bloody that show he's in that people love.
Hannibal.
It's
Yeah,
great.
it's good. All right, I'll do it. Have we got any more here? Or we want to wrap this up?
No, we've successfully covered all movies that
we
have been
have,
turned into
actually.
video games, I think.
Did we want to talk about Batman at all?
We can, yeah, we absolutely can. Have we talked?
Batman on the Amiga 500. No,
Have
it's
we
fine.
done? Actually, I've got. Has anyone? I got the B movie on Nintendo DS. I got that one. Anyone? No one.
No.
Okay, I didn't.
No takers.
Why?
I just think it's important to cover all aspects. I'm sure somebody likes it.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody's made a clip of the B movie game where every time they say B, it
Right.
speeds up.
Oh yeah, why is that everywhere? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I put it
I
in.
think
It's in my head.
there's a fake Seinfeld Twitter account called Seinfeld 2000.
Yeah.
And it's basically a guy. There used to be a I think it's probably still around. There's one that's like, what if Seinfeld was still around today? What would
Yeah.
the episodes be about? And Seinfeld 2000 is a parody of that. And so
Yeah.
like Jerry got iPad.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole premise.
Yeah.
And it's riddled with spelling mistakes and whatever. I unfollowed the real one. And I just
Oh,
continued
yeah.
to
You
follow
unfollowed the
fucking-
real
yeah.
parody one.
Yeah.
You followed the parody of
The
the
fake parody one,
yeah.
Cool. We can talk about Batman though. Which ones in particular?
The first Batman game I played, and one of the first video games I ever played, was Batman Returns on the Lynx.
Yes.
Wow, I've never had a yes and a fist pump and a high
We don't
five.
sit close enough.
Ah, yeah, that's true. That is true.
You had
Yeah.
a Lynx.
Yes.
Awesome.
had-
You're the other guy.
I had confused grandparents who got the wrong thing.
Did you want a Game Gear?
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
he wanted an actual lynx. the animal of the jungle, the great jungle cat.
Yeah.
Did you beat it?
No. I found it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I did. Yeah.
I found it
eventually.
really difficult.
It's a brutal game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pretty good. Great music for its time.
Yep, absolutely.
Really good combat and platforming and stuff.
Lynx didn't get a lot of licenses
No.
because it's the Lynx.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It
it
got
was.
Slime World though.
got
Guys,
Slime World.
Slime World.
Yeah, we got an alien game that they didn't release, that they never finished. And that was about it.
Was the Lynx really the swan song of Atari? It must have been, right?
The Jaguar, I would say more
Yeah.
so.
Which
yeah.
had White Men Can't Jump. The video game on
Oh,
Atari
not
Jaguar.
not just built into the system. Just watch the movie. Remember that full motion video? It looks so bad.
Oh,
in
yeah.
hindsight, yeah, not
good.
good.
It's time to come back, I think.
I
Time
think
to bring
so
it back.
too.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there's a video game series called Mean Streets, the Tex Murphy Adventures. It's like a hard-boiled detective guy, and it's been going for like decades. The
Yeah.
series,
Right.
And the last one was like crowdfunded, and I'm a big fan of the first one, but the last one was crowdfunded, and I think it does have full motion video in it.
Oh, boy.
This is like last year.
Oh,
So,
boy.
That's something we don't get anymore, isn't it?
Yes.
Like now, the graphics engines are good
I
enough.
never got it.
Yeah. The graphics engines are good enough now where you can just kind of render it.
Yeah.
Or they'll do a CGI. I don't like a CGI cutscene anymore. I think like we're past that, aren't we?
But don't you like the idea of some sort of hard-boiled detective video game and a real bad blue screen, and they get Mads Mikkelsen to come in dressed as a hard-boiled detective?
I've never been more excited about anything.
Sure.
Right, yeah.
Well, what about that game? I can't remember what it was called. Quantum Break.
Quantum Break, yeah.
Where it was a TV series and a video game, but they're both not very good. And
Talk
if you
about-
finished a level, then you had to watch the TV series.
Yeah, talk about unwise video game gimmicks.
Yeah.
And
The
it had
TVs,
either
no.
Iceman or Iceman's brother in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
One
right.
of the Icemen. So, yeah. Did you play it?
No, because I don't know if it was made by the same guys as Heavy Rain, but I didn't like Heavy Rain.
I never played
And
it.
I think I thought it was made by the same guys,
Okay,
so I didn't play it.
Well, I remember seeing Heavy Rain. It's like you're brushing your teeth.
Yep.
And you're
That's right, up and
shaving.
down to brush.
And I'm like, kidding? This is all QuickTime events. Like,
The
why
whole
would I
game
want
was.
to play this?
And when it wasn't QuickTime events, it was really awkward, just movement.
Yeah.
Like the orientation of like the control scheme would change with each scene,
and they
each-
wouldn't tell you?
Yeah. So like you'd press up and you'd start walking towards the camera.
Right.
Like that kind of stupid
That's
stuff.
annoying. If you want, look, if the perfect adaptation of a story like that is The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That's how you tell a story. You just have people walking together and they talk.
Only way you can tell a story.
Yep.
That's right. All right, maybe we should move it along. Actually, maybe we can save Batman. Maybe we can get you back and we can talk Batman games.
Yeah, we'll tease it with Batman Returns on the links.
And then Batman Returns on PC, the adventure game.
Fine. Yeah, good stuff. I'm just checking if I've got anything else here, but I think that'll do it. Tomorrow Never Dies. Anyone play that? Riddick. People love Riddick.
People love Riddick.
Never played it, but
Never.
Vin Diesel loves Riddick.
yeah, doesn't he? Yeah,
God, he's a big old nerd.
isn't he just?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good on him. He like-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he likes what he likes. And also, you probably remember all the Disney adaptations of like this side-scrolling Lion King and Aladdin. We talked about it last week, and Hercules and
Haven't seen
a
him.
lot of that.
Hercules was good.
Yeah, I played that. I remember playing that. Yeah.
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 The movie or the game or both?
Both.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff. James Woods.
Oh, baby. Love me a sing-along.
All right, Mason, you know what it's time for.
Oh, it's
'cause
time for our famous segment.
What
we
we
read
reading?
and what we gonna read.
We nearly botched it in front of our guest.
I know, right? But we said it in perfect unison, as we always do.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? All right, sorry to spring this on you, but you've listened to the show. This is the part where we talk about things that we've been watching or reading or gonna watch or
Playing
gonna read
video
or
games.
playing
Maybe
or
you've listened to an
doing
album
or
that's
yeah.
good. Yeah, I
Maybe
don't know.
you went out in the sun and that was pretty good. Just anything that you've been up to.
Have you been watching Gilmore Girls? The
Yeah,
new
did you
Gilmore
get into that?
Girls.
It's more of
It's on
those.
my lists. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Well, are you liking it?
I haven't watched it yet. But
Oh,
I'm
it's on
sure
your
I
list.
will.
Oh, it's what you're gonna.
It's what I'm gonna read. I've caught you on a technicality there.
Yeah, I didn't think my thoughts through. I just finished reading. So you guys like comics, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah. I decided. Oh, you know what I played? I played The Wolf Among Us, the
Right.
adaptation
Telltale.
of
Yeah.
Fables.
Yes.
So I
great
read
comic.
Fables.
Yep.
Yeah,
Great
great.
comic.
And I thought
Did
it
you
was
read the
good.
whole thing?
I read the hardcover volume 1.
It kind of dropped off for me.
Yeah.
Like, it starts amazing and there's the war. Anyway.
I think
continue.
the second, what is it? I got to the end of the stuff with the Rose Red,
Right, yeah.
where they go up to the farm.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. So I read that and I was like, oh yeah, I like this stuff, don't
Yeah.
I? And so,
I said to myself.
yeah. And then I said to a friend, what would you recommend? And they said, Why the Last Man?
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
read the first volume of that.
Cool.
And it's great.
I gotta get on that.
I
It's
really,
one of
really
those
like
things
it.
that I've
Yeah.
been meaning to read. For
I mean,
years.
like apparently it's one of the, the pantheon of great comics, great
And
graphic novels.
They keep talking about it, adapting it, and Shia LaBeouf was going to do it and whatever. I think that's why I didn't read it initially. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
runs
don't
a
want to
lot
be disappointed retroactively. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, you've read that, haven't you, Mason?
Yes,
And
it's
you
great.
loved it. Yeah.
Real nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, loving it big time.
I should mention as well, I meant to mention this up top as well. Me and Mason did our Caravan of Garbage episode for this Thursday is Star Wars games. I had the perfect opportunity to work it in and I bloody missed it.
Blew it.
Yeah, where we play 5 Star
Now no
Wars.
one's going to watch it.
That's right. We play 5 or 6 or something Star Wars games. It's about a 20-minute video and we just kind of make fun of it. But some of them are great and some of them are real frustrating. And,
And
maybe,
some of them I thought were going to be great, and it turns
Yeah.
out I had fond memories of something that was real bad.
maybe one of us had a weird meltdown at the end. I don't know. But tune in on Thursday. Also, the audio edition of that is different than the video edition because it's us talking about the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 for the price of 1 there, Ben. Good on us. What else? What's next? Do you watch the Flash Arrow crossover?
No,
Anybody?
that's ready to go. But
I
haven't.
watched. I missed the Supergirl one because apparently there's
very little crossover in it. Yeah.
I watched the Flash one and I watched the Arrow one and I enjoyed it. It was good for the most part, but the reason they all fight is because of mind control.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, spoiler alert, Mason. But I've probably watched the Legends one, but these are shows that I've dropped off. So.
How does Supergirl and Green Arrow get along? Do they get along?
Yeah, they're everybody. You know what? That's the thing about these shows. I like the dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I like they're all well cast and they all do good in their respective
Yes.
roles.
Yes.
But it's just overall there's too much comic book stuff and great TV and something has to give.
Yep.
And this is just one of those things for me that I just can't keep up with every week. Yeah.
I'm keeping up with Westworld. 1 episode to go. I'm very
You know
excited.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch the finale.
Maybe everybody's a robot.
Maybe we don't know, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you get up to on Westworld?
Episode 6.
Okay, sure. So you
far
were
in.
well into it
Yeah.
as
Yes.
well, yeah.
Look
Okay.
at that point. I feel give anything 4, and if you're not liking
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
that's fine. It's, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then brace yourself for the hate on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I wish that there was more character development that I could get invested in.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I feel like there wasn't because I suspected everyone was a robot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of where I was at.
And they do kind of also have a magical reset switch in the sense of like if they don't, because one of the premises is these characters are being reprogrammed so many times that they're now unpredictable.
Yes.
But you could also say, okay, well, we don't like where this character's going in particular, so we can still just erase their memory or just annihilate
exactly.
those
Oh.
characters totally, and then that's fine.
Yep.
Is that still recording?
No, it's still recording. I'm just
Okay, great.
Because your one today, I couldn't get it to work.
Ugh.
So I had to swap the cable. So I'm hoping, but it should be fine. I don't know.
It's
Let's
fine.
find out. I'll just cut you out of the episode.
That's when you can do that. We got 3 tracks now. It's fine. Also, I'm still reading Jughead. Jughead's real good.
All right,
Ryan
nice.
North is the writer on that. It's real funny.
Good
comic
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mason. Hope you got that theme song ready.
Hang on, do I have another thing that I was thinking about?
I've got one more thing.
What's
Sure.
what's your thing?
I've seen the movie Arrival.
I gotta watch that.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
one of the best movies I've seen in years. It's
Whoa.
great hard sci-fi with a bit of like weird existential kind of stuff.
Sure.
It's really good.
Does Jeremy Renner shine? Is Jeremy Renner in it?
He is.
Does Jeremy Renner shine up any arrowheads and shoot them at aliens?
He gets mind controlled for a lot of the movie.
Nice.
No. He's actually it's really focused on Amy Adams'
Yes,
character.
no, like
and
the book. I've read
she
the-
knocks it out of the
Yeah,
park.
yeah.
So good.
All right. I don't want to know anything else about it because if you don't mind.
I
I want to know
I
heaps, and all
refuse
our
to-
listeners want to know heaps.
Oh, no,
Here we go.
I was going
Yeah.
to refuse to say anything, but now I'm torn. No, I just won't.
So, but highly recommended though.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Yeah, nice.
Excellent. Mason, do the next
On
thing.
the theme, we're doing this live. Watch this, man.
Classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only.
You're allowed to talk to it as well, Ben. Ah, what have you done?
I blame your Wi-Fi.
Nothing's playing, mate.
Right now, we're gonna do letters.
That's probably it.
Get a new phone.
The best phone there is.
All right.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest phone is the
They
best.
sent him that by accident. He ordered the smaller one.
Oh,
They sent him the
really?
big
Yeah.
one. Yeah, and now they're after him. He's on the run. So,
Yeah.
all right. Letters. It's time for letters. If you want to get a letter to the show, and by that I mean tweet #weeklyplanetpod.
No one's ever sent us an actual letter.
No. Oh,
If
people
you
are
find
saying
out where we live,
Yeah.
that'd be very impressive, and we will read your letter out.
That's
to
true.
a judge
Yeah.
to get a no-knock warrant, and you are going to jail.
People said we should open a PO box so they can send us stuff, but I don't know, I'm not really comfortable with that. I'll take a Patreon, but I don't want to take like gifts.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I understand.
That
you.
being said, maybe next year I'll change my mind.
yeah.
And I'll take all the gifts. All right. This is from Near Human. #weeklyplanetpod. When do you guys think we'll get the trailer for Force Awakens 2? Anybody want to field that one?
Do you guys know this kind of stuff?
I know some stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
any dates.
I don't have any ins. I have
What-
speculation.
Based on other movies.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
Okay, so
makes
settle in,
sense.
everybody.
It seems like James has just done this one so he can tell us about his
insider knowledge.
Everybody's got a question that relates to them. That's not true, actually. But so
Meso, what do you think about the Amiga 500 version of Batman the movie? I think it's great.
So the Force Awakens trailer was December of the year before The Force Awakens.
So
But I don't think they'd do that now because there was no Star Wars movie coming out in that month.
Yeah.
So now I think they're going to wait till we're clear of Rogue One, and I think we're probably going to get it in the first 3 or so months of next year after things have kind of died down.
Because you'd think that Rogue One's going to stick around in the cinemas for a while.
Totally, yeah.
So you reckon like March?
Something like that,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, there's a good chance that it could play, they might show a little bit after or whatever, but I think there's already that confusion that we kind of talked about, and I think if you showed a trailer for that before this movie, people would just be like, what is happening?
Yes, I think that people probably view Star Wars as a franchise more like Lord of the Rings than they do something
nerds.
like...
Sorry, go on.
more than something like Marvel where they just throw on heaps of movies at you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Mason?
I think
this question was for you after all.
I think there's never going to be a trailer. That's my hot take. I've got a lot of hot theories on this show. Number 1, Ben Mendelsohn's character in Rogue One's a robot.
Yes.
I've read
2,
the
a
prequel
second one that I
novel.
can't
He's
remember.
not.
Second one, no, keep listening. The second one is another thing that I said, but I can't remember what it was. But I'm bang up for that theory, whatever that was. And 3, there's not going to be a trailer for this.
All right then.
Straight into the movie.
You mentioned something just before.
Yeah.
Having a little sneak peek at Force Awakens 2, whatever it's going to be.
Sure.
In Rogue One or at the end of Rogue One. That'd be something.
That really would, yeah.
That'd be great.
But I'd like to see it, but I still think it'd be... I think they just want to be clear of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be incredibly surprised, but I would love to see that. Yeah. I think that we will get stuff in this movie that will tie into later movies.
Yep.
They're all tied in. They're all bloody Star Wars. It's all TIE fighters and stormtroopers, isn't it?
TIE Fighter.
Very good. So I think we're...
Fight Club. Meatloaf.
Oh, there's another bit of news this week we probably should have talked about. The Obi-Wan movie is apparently... They're holding off on it. And I think it's because Rey is going to be a Kenobi and they're going to reveal that, and then they're going to be like, and there's an Obi-Wan movie which kind of explains that.
Yep, makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense
Just
to
Tim
me.
Bonin.
Good.
Oh, wait, no, it's one of his... It's his sister's kid.
There's something like that, or his
Yeah.
grandkid or whatever, yeah. This is from Darth Coitus. It's for you, Ben. You got your questions next, Mason.
Okay, good, I can't wait.
Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Do you think the Assassin's Creed movie will be any good or fall victim to the video game to movie curse?
I'll field this one. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, I'll double field it. You dropped it and I picked it up. It's going to be so bad.
Hit it for 6.
Yeah,
6 runs.
I would love for it to be great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look good. It has all the trappings of because in the Assassin's Creed games, the current day storyline is boring as hell.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And apparently it's 30% past, 70% future or something like that.
get out
Which
of
is,
town.
and we've had this discussion on the show
Desmond
before
Miles.
that in the games you are viewing your
Now keep talking.
Your predecessors'
memory, your ancestors' memories.
Yep.
So technically, you're just watching it, but the conceit of the game is that you are playing it through, and so however you finish the game is how it actually happened in history.
Yeah.
So if you fall off a roof and you die, it's like, oh, there's been an error in the system. That's not how it happened. Try again, and then maybe this is how it's happened.
Glitching.
Yeah, but in this, you are not playing the movie.
Yeah.
So he is literally just in his mind watching what happened to his ancestor.
But he's attached to a big arm.
and it's making him run about.
As I've talked about, I want him to have die in the past, like by falling off a building, so the arm just smashes him into the ground in the present day. If it ends like that,
Yeah,
I'm 100%
but basically,
on board.
and even if they've changed the conceit, and then he can somehow affect the past.
Yeah,
like if he meets this this assassin lady and falls in love, and maybe she was fated to die, but he saves her life. 500 years later, she's still dead.
Yes.
Everyone's still dead.
Yeah.
So the only thing that he can affect is the present, and nobody likes the bit set in the present.
No.
And that would also, if they did that, that would wreck the universe.
Yeah.
Because that's not how... I think it might even be set in the same universe as the game.
Yeah, I think it is. I think he's not Desmond, but it's the same universe. Yeah.
And it's... The reason we didn't get an Assassin's Creed movie this year was because of this.
Right.
Everything's going into it.
Yeah. And Ubisoft went, we've started sucking at this. Let's take a year
Yeah,
off.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Maybe we'll get like an Assassin's Creed movie, Endless Runner, on like
Oh,
iPhone
yeah.
or something.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
But
surprise me.
because the director made, what did he make? Macbeth?
Okay.
With
Apparently that's
Fassbender?
good. I've heard, yeah.
Apparently the director's great.
Yeah.
So, I'd love to be
We've
surprised.
seen good directors botch these though. Like
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think Duncan Jones is an amazing director.
Yeah,
but-
love him.
Yeah.
Love Moon. Love Source Code.
Yeah.
Hate Warcraft.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. Yeah, but look, I said
Bowie.
I said
All that.
Yeah.
All the greats.
I said at the start of the year that either this or Warcraft has to be good,
yeah.
and I have to stick to that. So,
Oh, that's,
yeah.
yeah.
but I have that skepticism, but I'd
Yeah.
love it to be good.
Me too,
Also-
yeah.
And also, I feel if the director's directed Macbeth,
Yep.
I feel that if you throw them into like a sci-fi video game style world, and you go and people know there's these certain rules to this universe. I feel if you get a Macbeth kind of guy or somebody who isn't a sci-fi video game kind of person, they'll just be like, no, just change this then. That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Just change it. Who cares? Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
just
not
make it-
realizing that everybody cares.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
But if he changes it for the better,
Yeah.
like I said before, like I just want a good movie, so
That's right.
Change it up, bro.
Change it up, bro.
Yeah.
Just looking at all these dials. I don't know what any of them do. Anyway, did I mention we got a new recorder? I don't know whether I mentioned that. It's not important.
Did we mention that our policy is if we lose anything, it's just done. We got no
we don't
backups.
do it. Yeah, and we don't do another one. We
Yeah.
just don't get an episode that
Just
week.
no episode.
Yeah. All right, last one. This is for you, Mason.
Oh no, here we go.
Daniel Manso says, "What do you guys, Mason, think about the new download and go feature on Netflix?
Oh yeah,
It's
well
perfectly crafted to your
I
love."
prefer it if it was on Stan.
Sure, yeah.
But I don't know, like
Is that something you would do?
sure, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
We've done
pretty,
it.
pretty good, yeah. But all my devices are running out of room.
Right, yeah.
So I just have to wait till they hit zero storage and then just put them on a stack of all my other devices and just buy a new one. So that's, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, okay, fair
Pretty
enough.
good.
I don't see myself down unless I guess I went on a holiday with no Wi-Fi.
I was
don't-
gonna say,
I don't
yeah.
see myself doing it, but
Maybe
I think it's a
playing-
nice option. Yeah,
yeah, I can't see myself using it.
yeah.
I never leave my house.
But then again, like if I'm on a plane and I'm watching Bloodlines at the moment, I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. So maybe I'd download
Mendo.
a couple of Mendo.
Oh, big time Mendo.
And so you know what? Yeah, I'm all for it, Mason and Ben.
I mean, it means it
two of
makes
you
sense
here.
as a feature.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
fair enough. All right. Well, I think that's the show. Do you want to plug your stuff, even though we've talked
Yeah, what do you
about
got
it?
to
But
plug?
that's
You got all
that's
sorts of
what we
stuff.
do.
So, Filthy
guess.
Casuals is my podcast.
Yes.
If you want to look it up, it's Filthy Casuals with Tommy Dasilo, Ben Vernell, and Adam Knox.
Why is Tommy
guess-
first?
Because I don't know.
Tommy
He's-
Dasilo, by the way, has been on the show as well.
Yeah,
I should
that's
mention
why.
that. Yeah. Okay, sure.
But we talk about video games in a light-hearted manner,
Yep.
akin to your approach to comic book stuff.
Kudos.
So come and listen to us talk about stuff. At Filthy Caspod on Twitter.
Yep.
Just look us up on Facebook. It's just Filthy Casuals and all that.
It's linked.
business.
I'll link it below as well. But
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it. And this week, obviously, you're talking about all the big gaming news.
And big time review of Final Fantasy 15.
Have you played through it?
I've played about 17 hours of it.
It's a 50-hour game, apparently.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, but we'll be going in on that. All three of us on the show have played it, so
All
we'll
right.
be
You know what I do
talking-
like about your podcast as well? You each play different, like you've got different things that you play, and then
Yes.
you bring a different, dog, what are you doing? You bring a different thing to each episode to be like, well, I've been playing this on this system and this
Yes,
system, whatever. That's
and so
what I like, yeah.
we'll be talking the PS Expo. We'll be talking Final Fantasy 15, and I don't know. I've been playing a bit of Pokemon and stuff.
Sure.
There'll be a
Yeah.
whole bunch of different
Yeah.
stuff on the
Pokemon
show.
Go.
There's a lot of crime out in that city. You gotta stop that crime.
Yeah, Pokemon No.
But, oh,
And you're also in a sketch comedy group which I very much enjoy called Chimp Cop.
Oh,
Are you
yes!
taking that around Australia? What are you doing with that?
We are most definitely doing a show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
April?
So, March
March
to April.
March to April.
I should know the dates. It's something like March 23rd to April something.
Great.
But that we'll be plugging that on the Filthy Casuals show and social media when that is available to buy tickets.
Maybe we'll
Your,
get
your
one-
compatriot Adam Knox also in.
Yeah,
Chimp Cop.
Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
one of you guys back on before then, just to
Good
remind
idea.
people, yeah,
That
as
is a
well, yeah.
show, I would say last year, more laughs per minute than any other show I saw. That's at 2016 Comedy Festival.
That's very nice.
Just
of
do
you,
that
Meso.
show again if it
Yeah,
was so
just- yeah,
successful.
do it,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it either, so that would be great for me.
If you could do it now.
All right.
Cool, great,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. Yeah, man.
All right, Mason, do the thing that you do at the end
Oh
of the
yeah,
show.
if you want to find us, we're at Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Twitter and Gmail and Bandcamp. We've got 2 new audio commentaries up.
Yeah.
Star Wars Phantom Menace, Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones, the
And once
longest
we've-
Star Wars movie.
Oh, it's so long. And once we've regrouped and found our center again, we'll do the third one at some point. But it might be a while.
Yeah, we'll try and do it this week, yeah.
But there was a really long break between us doing Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi because we couldn't muster up the
But
The
we got to do it
source.
because I think not this week, but next week is Rogue One.
That's true.
We got to
Okay,
be
we gotta
timely.
do-
We
we
got to
gotta
be
do it,
on
all right.
topic.
Let's see. I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies.
If you'd like to help out and support the show, keep the bloody lights on in the man cave.
Regular room.
No, it's a man cave.
What do you think, Ben?
It's less man cavey than I thought it
All
was
right,
going
but
to be.
drink in.
Up
drink,
your dick, mate.
drink in this neon Budweiser sign that's flickering away.
yeah,
Look at these
yeah.
Monster Energy drink pennants. Corona.
There is actually.
There's a box of Corona.
No, you've tipped me over with the Corona.
Yeah, that's right.
It's definitely a man cave.
What else? Oh, if you'd like to do that, go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies, or we've got an Amazon affiliate link in our episode description. You click on that, you go to Amazon. If you want to buy Wayne's World on Super Nintendo or some sort of GoldenEye pack of stuff, garbage.
Yeah,
you
sure.
wanna buy that?
Yeah.
You just click on there and we get a kickback somehow. I don't know.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
We've got t-shirts on tpublic.com.
Links below as well. Mm-hmm. Good. All that stuff.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all their themes. Thank you to everybody who's listened to the bloody show and subscribed and give us a nice review.
Always helps. Gets it bloody out there.
Anyone who gives us a tweet.
Yeah.
Anyone who sends us a fan art.
Love a fan art.
Someone made some fan art with me,
I
not with my
saw
actual
that.
face, but with our logo.
On the Avengers team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Okay, oh, we should mention that, yeah, because we're doing a little bloody podcast network thing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're the first two, and then we're going to get maybe one more, or maybe no more. Just see what happens.
Or maybe
yeah?
we remove 2 podcasts from our podcast network.
So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Also, we might be doing maybe a show of yours coming up soon.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's in the near future.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Grab that gem, you guys. Bye.
You can say bye too, man.
Goodbye.
Oh.